I know you are wonderful people, and we love you, and we'll continue praying for you. We welcome you so that you may also be people who know you are created by God for a purpose. Because whichever course you are going to pursue, it is going to help really shape the people of this nation and beyond. And you are not only trained for Kisii University, but also globally, that you can also go out and do what others do. So that's why I would say that when you are in Kisii University, so we welcome you. We know there are so many universities, but this one is of your choice. May you continue. So I'm saying that I think I can see those ones who already say that are Muslims welcome you. Those ones who are Christians welcome you. And as a chaplain, we cater for all your interests. Even when I'm a Catholic priest, trained also in ecumenical, handling of issues, that unity of all Christians, and we don't need to have some kind of discrimination against any religion. As you know, we are brothers and sisters in the Lord. We know we are created in image and likeness. So we pray that when you come and when you continue reporting to this Kisii University, know one thing, that you should learn about others. You know, sometimes we have a cohort, religious cohort. This is where we have from all very religious groups. What we do, we pick leaders. We have a chairperson, we have a secretary, a vice chair, we have all those executives drawn from various religious groups who come and organize, and especially to have prayers together, what we call interdenominational prayer service, beginning of the semester and the end of the semester. We have that, we organize such a prayers so that we can pray together. We pray separately our days that are fixed, but now for the university, we have in the beginning and at the end, we also have those interdenominational prayer service. And then when it comes to that, every group participates, whether the SCDS, they will have their time to do presentation. Then also the Catholic Action, they have their time. CU, they have their time. Outreach ministries, they have their time. Then also Muslim, they have their time when we come to those activities. So we continue reminding you that we are there for you. And once you join in this university of higher learning, we know that God will always allow you to continue and finish well. If you don't desert him, he will never desert you. God is always there, and he loves you as his children. That's why he has created us in his image and likeness. So we have to bear his image always. We have to have a sense of forgiveness. We know where you live together, people live together, even wherever you are at your homes, where you are, or at the moment when you are seeing me, when I see one with a cup of tea, enjoy your cup of tea. So wherever you are, so know that we always welcome you and we love you as our students of Kisii University. As you were told by our Assistant Dean of Students, Brother Francis. My name is Father Lawrence Nyanga, Chaplain, Kisii University, and always available. The Students Office, we have also have office there. As I said, we'll connect you also those leaders of your various groups so that you feel really also that chance of communicating, and especially with regard to know more about what we offer. But in a nutshell, I've told you what is offered here from chaplains. Then what I want to now to say maybe finally is, that word chaplain, it comes from capella, it means a mantle. It's a mantle, is someone who covers, that you are feeling cold, you are covered with, some mantle so that you don't feel cold. In other words, when we don't have God, we need to have him in our lives so that we feel some warmth. Thank you. May God bless you as we begin this week of our orientation. Please don't run away. Be there until we finish. That is being honest with yourself so that you don't miss anything. Bye. Bye. God bless you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is the chaplain of the university who has given you very wise insights. As we link to the next speaker, I will request a little run so that you can have a feel of what Kisii University is doing and what Kisii University has done. I would ask my co-host, Edgar, to give us a very brief clip so that we can see. And that is just supposed to help us and see what exactly Kisii University has done in the past, because this is your family now. And as you come in, you will be required to do a lot of things to develop and advance the wellness of Kisii University. And you being engines of advancement, as Father said, being the fountain of knowledge, you are the evidence of that fountain because of the great work that you are going to achieve. As my co-host, yes, is just about there. Yes, that is what we want to see, what Kisii University has done in the past. Those are your elder brothers and sisters who you will be working with, who you will be seeing, and who you will be experiencing as we go on in life. In your
and gentlemen, I trust you are all fine. My name is Jimmy Karanja. Now, as you know, the Kisii University Cultural Week is just around the corner, and we're definitely expecting good things, beautiful things, wonderful things, and above all, superb things. Now, I need to know where the students know what exactly is the Cultural Week about. What do we expect on this Cultural Week? What and who should we expect? And they know facts regarding the Cultural Week. Now, I want you to come with me as I go to some students and hear their opinions, the different opinions, of course, diverse, as I tell you. Come with me. Yeah. Are you excited about the cultural week?
Of course, I'm excited and I'm anxious to get the day.
I can't wait.
Mazee cultural week ya sasa mazee inanibamba sana. Yenye inakuja. Walai mazee na expect moto sana.
Of course, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, pretty much excited.
Oh.
Yeah.
So of course we expect Mazee cultural week in the town and expect big things when come to Kabisa.
Last time we hosted it a year, then this time is going to be hosted another year. So this year we have not had something like that. So I'm more excited. I can't wait for that day.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I with me are three beautiful ladies. Mazee na mnanyi ni warembo sana. What do you say?
Thank you.
Karibu. Sasa nataka tujue expectations zao regarding cultural week ni gani. Wanafikiria nini kuhusu cultural week? So tell me. Ukisikia cultural week yenye inakuja 2018, najua wasi wanasema ni moto, ni kali. Unafikiria itakuwaje wewe?
Nafikiria itakuwa tu kwa time. Right, lots of fun. I expect to enjoy myself. I expect to be happy. I expect a whole week without lying.
Expecting a position of local talent in our campus, among others.
I really expect a session that will unite 43 tribes that we have in our country so far. Our country right now is kind of diverse, so my expectation is that the cultural week will bring all Kenyans together. I expect for better, more artists, better performance, more fun, hoping
Okay, mazee, nikikida hapa na kuna vitu bigi tuna expect kwa cultural week mazee, kama showcase the local talents mazee, support the local talents na appreciate local talents mazee, Kisii hapa mazee, au sio? Alafu pia ku get to know the different backgrounds za ma tribes za Kenya mazee, tujue ma culture zao, alafu tujue ma foods kabisa, au sio mazee?
Wow, that is so powerful.
Na sasa I believe umesikia penye makomrades wanasema, umesikia kenye wanatarajia, na najua hiyo tu ndio tutaletwa. Tupatane February.
That was a clip from 2018, our cultural week. And as you realize, those are your colleagues, your elders, your seniors, presenting what their experience is in Kisii University, and especially as it concerns our cultural diversity and the value that puts in our life as an institution. I want to believe that wherever you come from, you value something and you hold something in your life. There is a goal, there is a dream, there is an agenda that you have. And in transforming not only your life, but this nation and the greater aspects of this world. As a university student, you become universal. You are not just a student for your village or your country, but you are a student for the universe. The degree you do in university, if you look at the word university, it means universalis, meaning those who are ready to serve the universe. And that is the belief we have, that in Kisii University, we are here to help you to become that universal champion. But you have to stand for something which you will then champion. And we believe that that is your career, that is your dream. But besides your career, there is going to be a lot of service and a lot of commitment as we proceed on this. Next on our program, we will be having our Dean of Students. The Dean of Students, Madam Gladys Osoro, is a mother and is a scholar. She does lectures well. She's a trained psychologist in the area of educational psychology, and is a person who has had a lot of experience. She has been Dean of Students in Kisii University from as far back as 2009. So she has seen sons and daughters come and go. She has nurtured them. She has developed them. She has mentored them. And she has also helped them graduate and find meaning, purpose, and direction in this society that is called our country. Madam Gladys is a very staunch believer of God. She is a Christian. Of course, as I said, she's married to one husband. There are so many people who are speaking about being married to many. She's married to one husband, and her last-born son is actually in university just like you. So that tells you that this is a mother to you, and this is not just an official of the university, but she is a mother. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Madam Gladys. Madam Gladys is joining us from a link. When you look at the link, you will be seeing a computer named Mary Ann, but that person is called Madam Gladys Osoro, the Dean of Students, Kisii University. Karibu sana, Madam. Welcome and speak to your sons and daughters.
Thank you so much, Brother Francis. Thank you, our dear students. My name has been spelled out so clearly. I take this opportunity to warmly welcome our first year students, 2020-2021. cohort. It is interesting that the world has taken us to a level which none of us ever expected. We were expecting to see you at Kisii University physically so that we can interact on a one-on-one basis. But because of COVID-19, we are now doing it online. As Brother Francis, our Dean of Students, has explained to you, I have worked with young people for the better part of my life because I was trained as a secondary school teacher. I taught for 16 years. Then I changed. When I advanced my career, I became the Dean of Students, Kisii University. So I love young people. I work with them. I walk with them. And my life is centered in the lives of young people because I do have young people also in my own house. So as a mother of Kisii University, I warmly welcome you and I adopt you as my sons and daughters. You are great people. Why do I say this? Because you guys have tried hard to join Kisii University through online, which has not been an easy task. You are up to the task, and that is why I can see very handsome and beautiful faces on my screen. You are great. Kisii University is a university of the 21st century. We do and nurture a lot of talent and a lot of abilities in the lives of our children. We as an institution or as an office, Student Affairs Department is concerned with the general welfare of the students. Because when you come to the university, your first mandate is academics, but you cannot succeed in academics if your social life is not taken care of. Your psychological life, your emotional life, your physical life, and even your spiritual life. You have already been addressed by the chaplain of the university. So Student Affairs Department, which I have said handles student welfare issues, hosts or coordinates the activities of chaplaincy, which you have already been taken through, guidance and counseling, because the psychological life of our students is significant. We see, all of us are under the pandemic, and it has really caused a lot of effects in our psychological welfare, emotional welfare. And as such, we know that we go through various challenges, our joys, our sorrows, our excitements needs to be shared. And we have a very big and strong counseling team at Kisii University, which takes care of the psychosocial life of our students. We also coordinate games and sports section, because we know that we also need to be physically fit. We have our talent, we have our talents, we have our abilities, and we need to venture into various sports and activities, not only for our physical fitness, but also to nurture our talents and to show the world what we have. Besides those administrative roles, we also have the coordinate student activities, because this department links the student welfare, the student activities to the university management. And for that, we conduct student leaders elections, and the student leaders are the ones who now interact with the general student population, bring their concerns to the office, as we also connect the issues of our students to the university management. So this office also liaises with other offices like catering, like the halls and accommodation, security. We also liaise with the office of the student transport, and health services departments. All this work for the welfare of our students, and we also do liaise with the academic division so that we are able to assist our students connect well, because when your welfare is catered for, then you will be able to excel in the academics. So basically that is what generally that is what the office does, and our assistant dean will take us into details of what the office does or the activities that we conduct among the student body. So this exercise of orientation is very, very significant for you new students. Why? It is meant to welcome you to the new environment. We give you guidelines on how we do things at Kisii University so that you get introduced and get acclimatized with what we do and how we do it, so that you can fit in and get into the system to enable you proceed or progress in your academic endeavors and in your other aspects of life. Because whenever you join a new place, it is not easy to just get there, because each institution, each home has its own way of doing things. And that is why I want to reinforce what the assistant dean said, that this exercise is very important because it will give you a bearing. It will give you a direction of what you are going to do for the rest of the 4 years or the 2 years you are going to be with us, depending on what course you have joined to pursue at Kisii University. So feel welcome. And I want to say that this also gives us a platform to also get to know you and get to know your concerns, so that you feel that you are in the right place. And for that reason, the university has come up with a student handbook. Within the student handbook, which I know was uploaded and it is online, and you must have signed that you have read all the rules and regulations in that student handbook. We call it the student Bible. Of course, it does not take the place of the holy word of God. But why do we call it the Bible? You need to read it, have it at your fingertips, because it will assist you, it will guide you, so that you don't find yourself in the wrong footing. Because when you find yourself in the wrong footing, then you are bound maybe to get into disciplinary, you're bound to get into a conflict with the other students, which is not good. So I'm urging each and every one of us, we are just giving you a snapshot, but the details are in the student handbook. And whatever you do not understand, kindly let us know, so that we are able to assist you as you start your journey with us at Kisii University. Now, my topic I was to talk on is on university life and student conduct. University life can be exciting, it can be fulfilling, it can be fun. At the same time, it can turn out to be a nightmare, depending on your expectations, what you do, the decisions that you make, and how you decide to live life at the university. I say it can be exciting, it can be a good journey, it can be nice, because we have seen students admitted to the university first year, they move, they remain focused, they remain steadfast, they do the right thing, and within 4 years, they exit the university having accomplished a lot, having been nurtured well. They move out there and they do great exploits in the world of work, in their individual lives, in the society, and in the lives of other people. At the same time, we have admitted students at Kisii University. Then they engage in wrong habits. They don't engage well. They start doing their own things. And for that, they either drop out of university during their first year, they don't even go to class, they don't move to second year, others drop out completely, or they remain in the university for as long as even 10 years. So that is why I am saying life at the university can be exciting, and it can turn out to be a nightmare depending on how you approach it and what you put first in your life. In your social life, I know if it were possible for us to meet with you at the university, you could have been separated from the comfort of your family, of your friends whom you love or whom you have gotten used to. And once you move away from home, from the comfort of those you love, you are bound to feel homesickness. You are bound to feel out of place. But Kisii University welcomes you, and that is why we do orientation, so that we assist you to get the skills of how to make new friends, create new relationships, so that when you get to class, you already have a sense of belonging. What am I saying? I have seen us interact in our social forums, in our WhatsApp. I have seen the way we have created networks. I have seen the way we have created friendships. I want us to keep these friendships and keep them positive, interact positively, so that when we get to the ground, we maintain these friendships, not only with the fellow students, even with our senior students, and with the staff and administration in the university. Because when we do that, then we feel at ease. We are able to get into the university culture and move on. There are friendships which we can form are not positive. So we need to be very careful, as the Bible says, tell me your friend, I tell you your character. So choose your friends wisely. Even as we interact in the social media, let us interact positively and build one another, knowing that we are responsible for our lives. In the social media, we have interacted, I believe, with the students from a wider social background, from various ethnicities. It is wider than what we were used to, or what we are used to in our previous lives in our secondary schools. So at university, we interact with the students from various cultures, from different backgrounds, from different ethnic communities. And once we take our time to learn each other, then we make a good unity that is able to move forward with the vigor and with proper values and proper attitude. At the university life, you are separated from your home. You come, you get to live in a hostel, either within the university, or you live outside the university because the university premises do not have enough accommodation. What does that one call, or what that one require of us? It requires that we live an independent life, that you are responsible enough, self-responsibility. You take care of your entire life, because there is nobody to watch. What are you doing at this particular time? Go to class, go eat, go read your Bible, go take a walk. You know, you have to be independent and structure your life. You are now away from the direct supervision of your parents or your loved ones or your guardians. You will be independent. So we are saying, as you join us at the university, high level independence is required of you. At the university, what is exciting or interesting is the issue of freedom. Yes, freedom. A lot of freedom, but freedom without responsibility turns out to be useless. Why do I say that? If you don't take this freedom with the responsibility that it requires, then you are bound to make a mess of yourself. At the university, there is no bell. I know we are used to bells ringing. It is time to go for breakfast. It is time to go to switch from one lesson to another. At the university level, there is no bell, which means you need to take your time seriously and structure it well so that you balance all the activities that you are supposed to do. That is, go to class when you needed to be in class, eat when you are needed to eat, sleep when you needed to sleep, go for leisure when you needed to go for leisure. Freedom. Take responsibility of your activities. Also, you are expected to take care of your finances. You are supposed to manage your finances. At the secondary level, maybe we were being told, go to the bursar and get your caution money or get your pocket money. But at the university, you have your account, which I know you already have, which means that you need to budget your finances well. That this is for my rent, this is for my food, this is for my photocopying, this is for buying my personal effects. Financial management skills, because the students come to the university, they see money in the account, they use that money, then within the first or 2 weeks, then the third week, they have not paid their rent, they have not filled their gas cylinders, they do not even have money to buy their stationery, or they do not have money to move from one point to another. They do not have money to buy their food. So please, financial management skills are key. That you budget well, that the little money or the much money that you have is used well, and it is able to cover the entire semester as it is meant to be. Because we hide under this, then we cheat our parents. We tell them we need money for this, we need money for this, yet we have not used our money responsibly. Our time, I have already addressed it, that we need to manage our time well, such that we balance, we don't miss out. Also, another issue that we find challenging or that is interesting is our dress mannerisms. At the university, we do not have uniform, interestingly, so you can dress the way you want. But as a child of God, as an adult, or as a young adult, do you want to expose yourself? Do you want to dress? Is it the philosophy, my dress, my choice? Because whatever you are ready to show, you are ready to share. Now, we need to dress in a befitting manner that shows that we are responsible, we love ourselves, our bodies are the temples of the living God, and the Spirit of God lives in us, so that when we are moving around, we are interacting with our parents, our grandparents, our seniors, our mothers, such that we are dressed in a befitting manner that shows that we love ourselves and we care about others. Because even from the way of dress, maybe this one, either you are a gentleman or you are a lady, sometimes we can dress in a provocative manner, and this may even lead us into trouble. So we need to dress properly so that we cover ourselves well and we do not attract people to take a second, a third, or a fourth look, and they start developing bad thoughts about ourselves, or start developing bad feelings that will make them even rape us or even do bad things to us. I'm urging us that we take care of our dress code. We also need to eat well. We know that what we feed our minds with determines who we become. Equally, what we eat, what we fill our stomachs with, determines the kind of life, the kind of vitality that we get. We are used to taking very sweet things, fast foods, but I want to tell you that at Kisii University, situated at the Kisii Highlands, has got a lot of fresh food. When you come, even when you are back at home, because these days we have a lot of diseases, we balance our diet well and eat whole foods, because this will give us the nutrition that we require, that will keep our minds alert, that will replenish the worn out cells so that we move out with vitality and the energy that we require to remain alert and to remain focused so that we do not develop other diseases. So our eating habits, choosing your foods well and eating balanced diet, however small it will be, it is important that we take care of that. Also, use of our leisure time. I said there is freedom. You will choose what to do. How do you use your leisure time? Are you going to use it in constructive activities, or we are going to use it in gambling, or we're going to use it in other things that are going to ruin our lives? Are we going to use it in betting, in taking drugs, or we are going to use our leisure time in religious activities, in sports, in doing corporate social responsibility, building our nation, connecting with the society, the surrounding community positively so that we create a clean and an enabling environment? The choice is ours. I am urging us that we use our leisure time constructively, because some of the activities we might engage in might lead to addiction, and addiction will affect our psychological lives. Some come to college, they get into betting, or they get into computer games, they never get to class. So we avoid that and balance our life. Also, we need to look at our personal lives. Personal lives, how do we, the personal choices that we make, what are they? Because we have to take care of our personal, take care of personal responsibility of our lives. So the university academic social life is different from what we are used to. I have just given a snapshot. There is much to it, but we need to take care of that. What about our academic life? I know in our former schools or in our high schools, we were used to having our teachers coming to class one lesson after another, and we were doing several subjects. We are moving from subject-based to discipline-based. You are moving into a specialization. You have been admitted into a faculty where you are school, where you are going to focus on what we call career, you are going to progress in a given career, or that what you're going to do in the career that you have been chosen to majorly focuses on that. So what are we going to do on this career life? We need to know that we are going not to have one teacher or two teachers. We are going to have several teachers taking us through various units. And in these units that we are talking about, the units are going to be, the classes are going to be conducted in various lecture halls. For example, in our secondary school, it is possible that we used to have our class, maybe we move from one, you got into a given class, and that remained your class from the day you reported to the day you went to Form 2. At the university, in a day, you are meant to switch from either one, or you can switch from one lecture hall to another. And some of the lectures are spaced maybe several, maybe 2-3 kilometers away. So you need to, when you get to the ground, you need to move to know where these classes are and get to know these different lecture rooms. The different lectures have got different teaching methodology. In school, we were used to having our teachers coming, guiding us, giving lecture notes or giving us notes in the class and all this. In the university, we are expected to cover a wide range of content. And we are to do a lot in terms of research, going to the library and completing our assignments on time. And nobody is going to force you to go to class. Even nobody is going to force you to log in as if we are going to start our lectures online. you have to know this is the timetable, read it well, know the course codes, then you log in and attend that particular class. Switch to another one, switch to another one. Nobody is going to monitor you. Personal responsibility. Then you need to also know that you have to develop self-regulated learning skills. That this time I am to do this amount of work and hand over my assignment at this particular time. The course content or the work might be lengthy. So it means you need to put more effort on that so that you move on. We have seen students who come, they don't engage in classes, they don't return their assignments, they don't even register for course units, and at the end of it, when it is exam time, they are running around and they end up trying to cheat in examinations. And as a result of this, many students get into examination disciplinary, and some of them end up leaving the university altogether, or they are given they are suspended for 2 years, for 3 years. This is a waste of time. What am I trying to say? That we need to know what the academic life at the university entails and embrace those ways of learning at the university, attend classes from the word go, and do all the assignments, hand them in, and then we will avoid getting to examination malpractice, so that we do our examinations, because at the university we cover very short content with, I mean, it is within 3 months and you do your exams. You did your course from Form 1 to Form 4, then you did your exams at Form 4 and you passed, which means you have what it takes. There is no need of any one of us engaging in examination malpractice, okay? So we need to work hard, because academics is what has brought us in the university. Ensure that you are going to be assisted to get it to know what each of the schools you have been admitted to entails. And for that, you will choose your career and move on until you come to the end of it. Emotionally, the emotional life of our students at the university. I know even after we passed, we were looking forward with a lot of excitement and great enthusiasm, great interest to move into the university. And we are already in the university, although we are not physically present with each other. We are embracing one another virtually. But when you are moving into a new environment, when you are getting into a new activity, there is that excitement that comes in. And if you do not handle this excitement well, you are bound to make mistakes. You can make mistakes, or you can be excited, you get a lot of energy and move in the right direction. So amidst this excitement of engaging in our social platforms, engaging at the with the university content and university material, kindly let's handle our excitement well. Let's get the right enthusiasm. Let's get the right interest and move with eagerness so that we can succeed at the university. Also, when you are engaging in a new activity, there is bound to be, or you are getting into a new environment, there is bound to be some level of anxiety because you are in a new environment. Some stress can raise some anxiety, which can lead to some level of fear or nervousness or apprehensiveness. So when you are handling new tasks in your life, even when you are handling an assignment, you need to manage those feelings of fear, those feelings of nervousness, those feelings of apprehension, so that we manage our anxieties well. We don't get into high levels of anxiety. Once we manage them, then we are able to expel the fear and move on. Also, sometimes in the university, you can feel lonely. It can be emotional loneliness, or it can be social loneliness. That is, you are with a group of people, but you are feeling lonely. You do not feel like there is anybody around you, which means you have not been able to make friends whom you can contact, or whom you can share your feelings, your emotions freely, whom you can share your fears, whom you can confide in. So what we are saying, it is good to create these social networks that can help us to feel some sense of comfort or emotional loneliness, because your feelings, your psychological status is you are withdrawn and you do not have anybody to share your deep feeling. It is important that you have somebody who you can share what you are feeling, because these feelings can be overwhelming, especially when they are negative. And that is why we have the counseling department, we have the student affairs department, where we have most of people trained in counseling psychology. Sometimes you might have feelings of love. I tell you, love, I feel when I look at your social networks, the way we are interacting, I feel a lot of love in the air. I feel a lot of love in the air. How are we going to handle this love? How are we going to handle this love? It is either we handle it positively or negatively. Can we know how to handle this love? Yes, when you are overloved, come to us, tell us, I'm so loved, I do not know how to handle it. We will assist you. Sometimes you might feel rejected. You might feel rejected. For example, you might have felt like I really need to have been in this university, or I really need to have been pursuing this career, but this is not what you have been admitted for, or it is not possible to move there. Then you feel like a sense of rejection. You've been rejected by anybody, and all around you is challenging. It is difficult. It is painful. And as a result of this, then we find that you are not able to move ahead. When you are having all these feelings, I'm humbly asking that you move on and ask for assistance where you require some help. At times, if you do not handle these psychological issues that you might, or the feelings, you might end up in depression. And mental issues are a big challenge among our university students. We are requesting that when you are able to monitor your feelings, when you are able to understand your feelings, kindly share with them. Don't live in a world of your own. Share even with your parents, share with your colleagues, share with your friends whom you can confide in, so that you do not end up developing suicidal tendencies, because you might feel you are useless, you might feel you are alone, and as a result, you might end up not behaving constructively, or not living to fulfill the purpose for which God created you. Institutionally, as an institution, we have our mission, we have our vision, we have our values. And as you have joined Kisii University, I believe you have read our mission, our vision, and our core values. We would love you to fit into this vision, mission, and core values of our university. Embrace them. Once you embrace them, then you will develop a sense of belonging. Once you read the policies and the guidelines that are there, that guide our conduct, that guide our behavior, that guide our academics, and you abide by them, you will find a sense of belonging. You will feel that you have found a home at Kisii University, among your peers, first years, among the university staff, among the university, that is staff, the staff the support staff and the academic staff. This will help you to move on. It will give energy. It will give energy from within you that will help you to do your level best. So if you are able to fit into the university, then I assure you, you will succeed from Kisii University, because we embrace you, we love you, we appreciate you. What I'm saying as I'm coming to the conclusion is that as you get to the university life, get to fully understand all the social aspects of a university setup, and then plan on how to engage as an individual and how you can fit in by developing a positive attitude. The positive attitude in that you don't harbor negative feelings or negative thoughts always. Once you are always positive, you are able to conquer whatever challenges that come your way. Also, you need to develop, to know who you are. Some of us have got very low self-esteem. That is, we place very low value in ourselves. We don't believe in our abilities and in our capabilities. And that is why we fall prey to peer pressure. But when you know who you are, when you know your abilities, when you know your capabilities, then it means that you are able to put them into action, to work on them and move forward and achieve your goals. When you are a university student, from the word go, you need to set your goals clear. What exactly do you want to achieve as a university student? Are you going to remain focused in your studies? Are you going to remain nurturing your talents? Because these days we are able to multitask. We have seen students who are very entrepreneurial out of their creativity, out of their innovation, and they move ahead and they do great things. A lot of innovation, they bring good news, good things. They add good things to the university. Are you going to be one of them, or you're going to sit back and wait to ask yourself, keep on asking yourself, is this the kind of university I came to? What does it have to offer? Where instead of asking what the university has to offer, ask yourself, what do I have to offer to the university at the end of my 4 years in the university? What have I attained? What have I achieved? What have I left behind? Because those students who have come to Kisii University and they have engaged positively and they have done the right thing, have moved out there and they are doing great things for the community and for the society. Some have gone to be leaders in the society. Others are out there pursuing further studies in some of the best universities in the world. So please, first year students, 2020-2021 cohort, feel at home, feel welcome. I have seen your enthusiasm. I have seen your resilience. It has not been easy getting to this level, from admission to registering and having now been admitted. This is the kind of resilience that we are calling upon each one of you as you seek the support of your parents, your other relatives and friends. You have full support of the university, full support of the university management. May the good Lord bless you as we keep engaging, and we are looking forward when COVID-19 will be over so that we see each other face to face. May the good Lord bless you, and let's keep engaging for the rest of the orientation period until we transit to another activity. God bless you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam, for the amazing presentation. Thank you for engaging our first years. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our Dean of Students. She is your mother. She's going to take care of you for a very long time. She's still taking care of me. I am her son as well. For something you don't know, I joined Kisii University as a student some many years ago, and she was my dean. She's the one who received me then, and she nurtured me until now. I am able to assist you guys to also come in on board. So if I am anything to go by, I think what she does works. So the words she has given you this morning, take them seriously. You will have a lot of time to engage with her, both offline and online, along a lot of things and issues that are coming in. She is an expert in matters student life as well in the university. Of course, as she has said, she has been doing this for a while, starting from being a teacher in high school and then coming to the university and being a dean of students for a very long time. So she is definitely an expert in doing this, and she's a mother at heart. I can promise you that. So engage her when you have challenges, when you have problems. Come on board and share with her, and she'll be able to guide you through this place. Thank you, madam. For those who have understood Zoom a little bit more, there is an icon for clapping. So we can, I know when you come, she will teach you how you can clap the Kisii University style. But just for now, press the clapping icon as we clap for madam. It's somewhere around your list of names, so that you can clap for madam as she finishes this session. Thank you so much, madam. We appreciate your time this morning, and we thank you that you've been with us all this time. And you'll be with us even as we continue with our program. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving fast with our program. At this point, we are going to invite the second presenter of the day, and he is none other than Brother Francis Kerongo, the Assistant Dean of Students. Brother Francis is, of course, as you might notice, a deacon in the Catholic Church. He is our Assistant Dean of Students. He assists Madam Dean, who has just finished in a lot of things. That means basically he is the person who helps Madam get things done when it's coming to operations, etc. And he guides, and he will be with you every step of the way. So this time round, he is coming to share with us a lot on your life in this campus as well, how it will impact you, how to survive in Kisii, how to survive in Kisii University. And let me say this as even he comes on board. Yeah, he is an amazing person who will be with you a lot for a long time. He will guide you. He knows exactly where to go when it comes to campus. He knows how to make things move in the university. When you have problems, he will assist you. He will listen to you. He will share with you on multiple occasions. So as you continue to listen to him, and as we continue to invite him to come on board this morning and share with us, let us keep our eyes, ears open, and have an open mind to what he's going to say, and listen not only to now, but even for the next few years that we are going to be with him as we continue guided. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together wherever you are from this country for our Brother Francis Kerongo. Karibu sana, brother.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, our beloved first year students, 2020, 2021. A lot of activity on our chat lines, and that means that things are really moving well. I normally like to start with stories and songs when I'm speaking to people, but this system doesn't allow a lot of that. But nevertheless, I'll just share something small with you. One day, the lion was caged. The lion found itself in a trap, and it was caged. And as it was caged, a few minutes like this, a sheep came passing by, and the lion called
Located in a serene and conducive environment, Kisii University is the fastest growing public university in Kenya. The university is situated in the heart of Kisii County and was awarded charter to become a fully fledged public university in the year
in various areas, in various sectors of our economy, and even also in other parts of the world.
The Student Affairs Department is mandated with the responsibility of overseeing the social welfare of the students. The department has 3 divisions, namely guidance and counseling, games and sports, and finally the chaplaincy.
We start working with the students the moment they get into the university through an elaborate orientation program that takes 1 week. In the course of study, we work with the students through the various activities that we do in our sections. We nurture the spiritual welfare of the students through the religious organizations that we have. They are vibrant and they have done great work within and without because they conduct various religious missions. Various parts of the country. We also nurture the psychosocial welfare of the students through the guidance and counseling department. We have fully qualified counselors. We have also trained peer counselors who assist the students on their day-to-day basis in class and even in their places of residence.
Being the university of the 21st century, Kisii University has incorporated technology in the dissemination of knowledge and skills. The Directorate of E-Learning has devised an online platform for open, distance, and electronic learning. Students and lecturers can log into the portal and interact as if in a class setup.
The Directorate of E-Learning is a newly established unit within the university that seeks to infuse technology in learning and teaching, and also help lecturers to collect assignments from students, among other things. The e-learning platform is going to be critical going forward to the university to offer open courses and distance courses.
Among other schools, the School of Health Sciences, which was established in 2010 with a few diploma courses, has overseen tremendous growth. In 2013, the school started offering Bachelor of Science degree courses, including Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Public Health, and a few others. In 2019, the university joined the League of Elite Universities by launching the School of Medicine.
The School of Health Sciences started in 2010 with a few diploma programs which include clinical medicine, health records, community health and development, pharmacy, medical lab sciences, and community nutrition and dietetics. In 2013, we started a few Bachelor of Science programs which include Bachelor of Science in Medical Lab Sciences, Nursing, Clinical Medicine, Public Health, Nutrition and Dietetics, Community Health and Development, and in the year 2019, we started a Bachelor of Medicine and a Bachelor of Surgery, MPCHB program. The school is grateful to the management and the council for availing resources because training in medical programs is resource intensive.
In February 2019, Kisii University was accredited to offer Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, with Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital being accredited as a training facility. The first batch of 30 government-sponsored students was enrolled to the School of Medicine in September 2019.
In 2019 February, the council came under the leadership of the chair at that time, Professor Magoa, and accredited Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital as a training facility for Kisii University. They also accredited Kisii University to start offering Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, which we started with 30 students in September 2019. As we talk, the 30 students have done their first semester using the facilities which I've already indicated were supported by the Council of Kisii University and the Kisii County Government. We are grateful also to the Council for making available resources to recruit the lecturers for the first 3 years of the program.
Students require support and guidance in their career choices. The Office of the Student Career Services provides career guidance and counseling services by availing information on the various courses that the students are undertaking.
At Kisii University, we believe that when our students join our various academic programs, then it is the duty of our institution to work with them in their academic career journey. We do this by ensuring that all our students are able to access career guidance and counseling services. We avail information on the various courses that the students are undertaking to make sure that they are comfortable even as they pursue these particular careers. At Kisii University, we offer soft skills, and these soft skills for all our students are required for the job market. We also try as much as possible to help our students identify the entrepreneurship skills and the talent skills that are related to the job markets as they prepare to go out there to the market. At Kisii University, we help our students to identify the supportive professional courses and encourage each and every student to undertake at least one course to be able to develop the career stamina. We try also to help them identify the volunteer places, the attachment, and also the internship opportunities for them to gather as much as experience in the career field.
During the 7th graduation ceremony, which will be held on the 20th of December 2019, a total of 5,110 graduates will be awarded certificates, diplomas, and degrees in their various disciplines.
I wish to welcome all of you to the 7th graduation ceremony of Kisii University. Kisii University offers programs that are approved by all regulators and meet expectations of all our stakeholders. The programs are offered at PhD level. We also have master's degree programs, bachelor's degree programs, postgraduate diplomas, and certificates. So we offer programs in the whole range of all qualifications that we award. Our programs are offered in 8 schools, and the 8 schools are the School of Education and Human Resource Development, School of Business and Economics, School of Arts and Social Sciences, School of Agriculture and Natural Resource Management, School of Pure and Applied Sciences, the School of Information Science and Technology, the School of Law, and the School of Health Sciences. We are happy that in 2019, we launched the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery program. And so the School of Medicine is in the formative stages. So in the very near future, we shall be having 9 schools, in addition to the 8 that I've just mentioned. In 2019 graduation ceremony, we are happy that we shall be releasing a total of 5,110 graduates to the world in various professions. And the graduates are distributed as follows. We have 5 who will be awarded PhDs. We have 37 that will receive master's degrees, another 37 that will receive postgraduate diplomas in education. Then we shall have a total of 3,873 that will receive bachelor's degrees, and 989 will receive diplomas, and finally 206 will receive certificates of Kisii University. We are confident that these graduates will follow in the footsteps of their predecessors, for our former graduates have excelled in their fields of training. For example, from the School of Law, our students have always excelled in the bar examinations at the Kenya School of Law. In 2018, our students were the second best in the bar examinations at the School of Law. And in 2019, our students actually posted the best results in the country at the bar examinations. And the bar examinations are the exams that all lawyers have to pass to become advocates of the High Court of Kenya. And so our students have been leading in those examinations, for which we are very proud. We are also happy that our communication and media students have been participating very well in the Top Story television reality show. We are happy that out of that participation, one of our students helped to bring the Silver Global Youth and News Medal to Kenya. And we are happy that our student Innocent Salwa was one of those who received the award and brought it to Kenya, for which we are very, very proud. Our students in health sciences also continue to perform very well in the professional examinations. Most of them qualify for registration as professionals whenever they sit those examinations. And we have numerous other examples where our students have excelled. And there is no doubt in our mind that the ones that you are releasing this year will also post the same kind of results in their professions. I wish, therefore, to congratulate the class of 2019 on their achievement, and we want to wish them the very best of luck in their professions, in their careers, and in their lives. And may I take this opportunity to wish the graduates and everybody else a happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year 2020.
My name is Deborah Chiang from Migori County. I've been pursuing Bachelor's of Information Science, Records Management option from Kisii University, and I'm graduating this year, 20th December, with first class honors, and I'm really very happy. I must say that Kisii University is the best place to be, and it has provided us with good learning resources. We have the library, the physical library, and also the e-learning resources that are available. You can access them anytime, anywhere. And I must also comment on the lecturers of Kisii University. They are very unique. They are not only concerned with the academic issues of students, but also the social being or the social welfare in general.
Ladies and gentlemen, sincere apologies for that technical hitch that we had earlier. I believe we are almost ready to have Francis on. I'm going to have him muted so that he's ready to speak. I think, brother, you are almost ready. Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, as we were saying, Francis is a gentleman who you will find very resourceful in your years, the months and weeks while in Kisii University, and we hope that from this initial discussion, he has already been discussing with you in the WhatsApp group, guiding you on different matters. Most of you have been calling him, emailing him to assist as well in one way or another, and this is only going to take that notch higher. So as we ask him to speak to us this morning, get some wisdom from him and initiate a relationship with him so that it can assist you spend the rest of the coming days in Kisii University much better. Brother Francis, karibu sana.
Thank you. Thank you, Edgar. Once more, on behalf of the university and our office, I wish to apologize for that technical hitch. And I want to say and request that we commit as students, as people who are joining this great university. The university is not the name, the university is not the place, the university is the mindset of the people who are joining it. And the mindset currently is yours, because as much as we talk about those who have joined before, those who have graduated, and those who are ongoing currently, newness is based on what you bring. And therefore, it's how important you are to us. You are very important because your presence renews our faith, renews our commitment, renews our vision. It gives life to the university vision each and every moment we receive new students. And so I wish to welcome us all, and I wish to say that please enjoy this time. I know we have other challenges and duresses, but let us use this time a bit more constructively for the benefit of the 4 years or 5 years for the medical students that you are going to be here. I know that the majority of you, your degrees will be taking 4 years, but those who are doing medicine, you will be taking 5, and hopefully the next batch will be having the engineering students also joining you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying a little earlier, I love stories, and I decided to share with you one quick story. And in this story, I was saying that the lion was caught in a trap and it was caged. But then the lion saw a sheep passing by and begged the sheep to release him. The sheep refused, saying that the lion would eat it. But the lion begged and made a deal that, no, I will not eat you once you release me. And so the sheep released the lion. Having been released, the lion told the sheep, my dear friend, I have been in this cage for the last 3 days, and therefore I have eaten nothing for 72 hours. And here you are food. Lions hunt and sheep are hunted. And I don't want to hunt, but I'm going to eat you because I am very hungry and I don't want to die, and I am the king of the jungle. And so the sheep said, we made a deal, so you cannot eat me. And in this context, then we must seek advice and guidance from the other members of the jungle. So a quick meeting was convened and all the animals of the jungle gathered. And then the lion laid its claim and said, I have been hungry for 72 hours and I need to eat. And before me is the sheep. And the sheep laid her claim and said, I was passing, going my way, and the lion cried for help. And he said, if I release him, he will not touch me, he will not harm me. And so all the animals were asked to give a ruling. Some of the animals, beginning with the elephant, said, I think if the king wants to eat, he should eat. The buffalo said, there is no problem in you helping. You can continue to help to the end. But then the hare, a very tiny animal, looked at the lion and said, Mr. Lion, before you eat, can you kindly show us how you were trapped? Kindly go back to your trap, we can see and begin from there. And so the lion foolishly entered into the trap pit as it was, and quickly the hare closed the trap. My friends, as you join Kisii University, you must remember that you are entering into a forum, a community, a bigger space that is bigger than what sometimes we have held. All of us have ideas, all of us have dreams, all of us have ambition and interests. We have people who are out to help us. We are people who are out to support us, and we have opportunities to use those moments to grow ourselves. But in most cases, we waste those opportunities because we lose our focus, we lose our interest, we lose our commitment. And once that commitment is lost, once that deal that we have promised ourselves, we lose it because of the sideshows, because of the pleasures that life brings our way, we will not be able to proceed. We will not be able to achieve anything. So today, not just today, but the day you accepted that admission letter from KUSP to join Kisii University, or for those of you who transferred from other universities to join Kisii University, you made a deal with your destiny. You decided with your destiny that you are going to remain focused, determined, guided, oriented, and being able to achieve that dream, the end goal. Sometimes when you reach in this campus, when you reach in this university, there are going to be a lot of pleasures, there are going to be a lot of things that are going to interest you, things that you would want to enjoy. And as those things come your way, it is very easy for you to sidetrack and lose that focus. And having lost that focus, you will not be able to achieve that goal, that dream that you have committed yourself to. And so based on that, I am going to share with us very briefly a number of support services that will help you to achieve this dream while you are here. Remember, as the Dean of Students has already said, your academic success depends a lot on your other psychosocial and spiritual combination. How do you work socially? How do you interlink? Because all of these things find meaning in the one person who is you. I want to request, therefore, that even as I begin to share this, those of us who are so technologically blessed and we are enjoying doing a number of things, feel free to do them, but please remember that others also want to enjoy doing something. So do not do anything that interferes with the pleasure of another. Do everything in such a way that each one else is able to achieve what they are out to do. Now, today, I wish therefore to speak very, very briefly. If you can see, I am sharing my screen there. It's basically to share with you a few thoughts on how these things go. The Dean of Students already spoke to us about the vision of the university. I know that you have seen the vision of the university elsewhere, but that is the vision. Kisii University primes itself as a world-class university in advancing academic excellence, research, innovation, and enhancement of social welfare. Now, the four big components in that vision is academic excellence. You are joining this university first and foremost for you to achieve the academic goals and dreams that you have set for yourself, for your community, and for this nation, and to a greater extent for the world. I am begging anybody who is trying to draw on my screen, please stop. Others want to look at that screen and enjoy it. Now, your academic goals, your academic dreams must be driven with an agenda, with a desire that knows your background. You know where you come from, you know who you are. Some of you, you might be the first one in your family to come to university. Some of you, you might even be the first one from your village to come to the university. Some of you, maybe there are others who have been to university, but they have wasted their lives. And so you are an epitome. You are a beacon of hope to many people. First of all, to yourself, because you have successfully conquered the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Examinations. So you are a beacon of hope for yourself, that tomorrow is better because you made your choices right while you were in high school. But you are also a beacon of hope to your family, because your family is looking forward to a day that you will be able to stand firmly and do things that support not only them, but the community under which you live. Third, you are a beacon of hope for the village where you come from. But most significantly, you are a beacon of hope for this country, for all taxpayers whose money is supporting the university and your education. You may think you are paying fee, yes, but there is a lot of support that you're receiving from the tax that many Kenyans, poor Kenyans, are paying. So your academic excellence is key. Therefore, even as we begin, as we go through this, assure yourself, commit yourself to certain academic dreams, certain academic goals. How do I make the best of my 4 years or 5 years in Kisii and come out as the best? If you can be able to walk through that, then you will be able to achieve even greater development and greater goals that will be able to bring you into the levels that you seek to succeed and be the person you want to be. The second thing that is very key on that vision is research. As a university student, you are required not to imagine things. You are required not to give gossip. It is not time for you to come to university and speak what you have heard. Just look at what the media has said and continue perpetuating it and saying, yes, the so and so said it, so it is true. There is nothing true until you can have verified evidence for what you are saying. So we request that you begin, even as you join now, to begin to look at things that will help you and enable you to achieve evidence-based knowledge and capacity. A third feature on that very special vision is innovation. Remember that as a country and as a world right now, we are all believing and we are all hoping that together we can work out the possibility of creating a better world to the needs and commitments of the many young people, of the many old people, of the many. You are to provide solutions. Somebody has written a book by the name, You Are the Answer to Your Generation's Problems. And you can only be an answer to your generation's problems if and only if you are innovative, that you can be able to use the circumstances around you, that you can use the challenges that you are having to be able to develop and attain the end goals, the dreams and the plans that this nation has and that you have yourself. And the last component of that very special And as we go on with some little more work on the technical area, I think we can proceed and share a few thoughts on what we had begun. So as we were saying, and once more, apologies, we know that there is challenges with bundles and the rest. We apologize because this was unavoidable, what happened, changing from one link to another. So sorry for that. So as we were saying the last bit of this vision of the university is enhancement of social welfare. So as students, as members of Kisii University, you are called to help and be pillars of social transformation, enable the communities where you live become better than they were yesterday, and even on becoming better, then they can remain in that position of being people who celebrate your greatness and your innovative minds. I will not speak about the mission of the university because it's broad, but basically it's around the training that you will receive while you are here. As the Dean of Students said, and as you will hear it again from the other people who will be speaking to you, and especially the Vice Chancellor on his final address, you will realize that we are training you not just for the local market. We are training you not just for the companies in Kenya. Whichever course you've been admitted to in Kisii University is not so that you can get a job in Kenya, but it's so that you can become a well-rounded person who can be able to serve the universe in whichever capacity, whichever country that you find yourself in. Some of you could get jobs out of this country. Some of you would go for further studies out of this country. Some of you will become the engines, the brains behind developing new solutions to this country and to the communities we live in. So that basically is our mission, to train you so that you are able to gain the requisite skills for the job market and for serving the community even better. Our core values as a university, as Madam Dean spoke about, are basically professionalism. Everything we do here is done with a professional touch. We believe that experts can be able to deliver better unless they choose to become unethical. And therefore, we aim at professional presentation and handling of issues. We believe strongly in teamwork, because as a team, and when I speak about teamwork, I don't just mean student to student, staff to staff. I mean a greater connection between the staff, the students, and the community around us. So we believe in working together. We believe in getting solutions together. We believe in getting answers and circumstances that we can be able to deal with this together. We believe in accountability. We are accountable to what we do. And so even you as students, you need to be accountable to your friends, to your family, to yourself. You need to bring yourself to account to every choice that you make, every decision that you avoid to make, and every action that you choose to take. So that in that way, together we can move towards a level of transparency, whereby everyone is free to find out what it is that you've done, what is it that you seek to do and achieve more. We believe in responsiveness. As you can realize and attest, we have tried even before you joined Kisii University, even before you began to be admitted, admission processes, we have continued to engage you. The very first day we sent you messages. That is a sign that we are always ready to respond to what people who call to us need. In this university, we have an open door policy that you can walk to any office anytime, as long as it's official, and get assistance, get support in whichever area that you need that support, unless it is way beyond that person. And if it's way beyond, that person should be able to lead you and guide you to a place where you can get that service that you seek. Lastly, we believe very strongly in the integrity. We believe in integrity of the individual and integrity that is corporate. We believe in individual integrity, that our staff and our students can be who they are when we see them and when they are on their own. But we also believe in corporate integrity, that the name, the brand that is Kisii University, which is going to be your brand name. Remember, wherever you finish your first degree becomes your brand name. We want to believe that the integrity of that brand is kept so that you do not fail when you go out there and people are looking you and asking you, where on earth did you come from? Now, I will move quickly to the student support and welfare services that are available in our university. I am reminded by the words of one man, Warren Buffett, that the rich always invest in time, but the poor invest in money. Now, that is something you want to keep remembering as you reflect your life beginning today, not just as a university student, but even as a solution provider for this country. If you are rich, you always invest in time. How you use your time is very key if you want to be rich. But those who are always poor, they will always try to invest in money. They will always try to look for money. I want to believe that you as our students will forever value time and will forever purpose to ensure that that time is well utilized. Now, in Kisii University, we are just like any other university in this country, but then there are certain things that are very unique to Kisii University. There are certain features that I would say are very unique, even if you went to other universities, you may not find. Number one, Kisii University may not have a great physical infrastructure compared to other universities. There are, of course, greater universities when you want physical infrastructure. If you want to find high-rise buildings, there are universities with those. But in Kisii University, we may not have that. But there is a great available and responsive human infrastructure. In other words, in Kisii University, our greatest pride is the human networking that we have. Our staff are 100% ready, prepared to sacrifice their time, to sacrifice their resources, to be able to hold the hands of their students. In this university, we always believe that together we can achieve. You will not be stopped from entering to an office when you need help. You will not find it difficult to even see the Vice Chancellor when you want. This may not be available in most places. In Kisii University, we are a family. The second thing about Kisii University that might be unique is that we have a very good conducive environment for learning. Kisii's topography is such that it has nice hills and lows. It has well catered for environment. Our tree cover is very good. And so the environment itself is attractive and encouraging. So you are welcome to enjoy that topography, which always gives you everything that you want to be able to study. Number three, Kisii University is situated in a place where the living conditions are very affordable. In Kisii, for instance, you are capable of eating fresh produce. You do not have to wait and look for food that is in the fridge for so long. In Kisii, you just walk and you buy vegetables from somebody's garden. So this lifestyle in Kisii is very, very affordable for the comrades. Now, when I will be speaking briefly about the catering services, you will notice how that is wonderfully true. Number four, the Kisii University is inclusive and dialogical. We are inclusive that everyone is important. Everyone has a chance to voice their concerns. You have a space to be able to address whatever you want. You have a space to be able to consult however you want. You have a place to be listened to. In Kisii University, we say everybody is significant. Everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves to be cared for, and everybody deserves to feel wanted. And that is a great feature in Kisii University. You might be among 30,000, but we try to relate with you as an individual. You will be surprised when you come that as much as I am not able to have many eyes, I am able to know at least not less than half of you. I will know you by name, I will know you by face. And when I meet you in town, I will call you by name and say, are you okay? And that is a very special thing when you see staff getting interested to know the life story of their students, ready to even reach back home and talk to your families and sort out whatever issues would be holding you back from achieving the dream that you have, your academic excellence. And lastly, Kisii University has a very high sense of freedom of thought and freedom of expression. We do not, and as you have already looked, even in our chat groups, we do not curtail your freedom in sharing your opinions and sharing or shaping whatever it is that you want to say. However, we always want to ask that you do that with a sense of personal responsibility, so that nobody feels harassed by probably what you are posting, what you are saying, what you are doing, and what probably is going on in the live situation that you find yourself in. So quickly, I'll go through the services, and I believe these are quite many questions that you have been raising are around the things that I'm going to be speaking about right now. One man, John Cage, for those of you who love movies, this is a man that you cannot forget. He said that we carry our homes within us. And it is because we carry our homes within us that we are able to fly. What that means is that wherever you go, you need to make that place your home. And the first way to make a place a home is to ensure that you have good shelter, that you are comfortable to sleep, eat, stay comfortably. So on student accommodation, within the university, we have 6 hostels. These hostels are given on a first come, first served basis. So when the universities are opened, you will be required to apply for a space in one of the hostels, and then it will be approved, so that when you come here, you will be able to be put in those hostels. Then we have external hostels and rental spaces surrounding the university as close as 100 meters from the university gate, in fact, less than 100 meters from the university gate, to a radius of about 2 kilometers. You can still get hostels and rental spaces. Now, it is important to note that there is a slight difference on the services that are availed through these different accommodation facilities. Within the university, our accommodation fee is 3,500. However, within the university accommodation, you are not allowed, for instance, to cook. You cannot cook in that hostel because of the security hazards that comes along with, because you are sharing the room with about 4 others, 3 others making you 4. So if you begin cooking, the risks are higher that probably we do not want to damage those hostels. You have seen how a number of universities, and at one time we nearly had one of our hostels burnt down because somebody was cooking dairy and they forgot and let it burn. And so in the university, you will not be allowed to cook or to heat water. You cannot use your heaters or your gas cookers or your coils. That is not allowed in the university, but it is allowed in the other hostels and in the rentals that you will go to stay in. Now, if you choose to go to the rentals or the hostels outside the university, the hostels range from about 7,500 per semester up to around, there is a hostel that goes at 21,000 per semester. So it depends on your choice, what you want, and what you consider your family to be capable of. So you do not want to come and take a hostel of 15,000 shillings when your parents cannot manage to pay for that hostel, because then it will mean you have to find another way of hustling to raise the surplus rent, and in doing that, you will lose your focus of why you are here. For the rentals, they go from as low as 1,500 to as high as 15,000. So again, it is a choice that you make based on your story, based on your background. Now, as we said that we carry our homes within us. Now, there is a very important point that you need to know, even as you stay here. Sometimes you will be required to leave the university and go home, or sometimes you will be required to go doing visitations that are not academic in nature. The university is not sending you. When the university is sending you, the university has a mechanism of helping you to achieve certain things. But when you are going, you've lost a relative and you are going home, you will be home for more than 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, you need to ensure that you come to the office of the Dean of Students and certify, not through getting an exit sheet that you used to get in high school, but getting a leave of absence form. Now, this leave of absence form is important for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, while you are away, your classmates may take a cut. If they do a cut while you are away, the only way the lecturer will be able to give you the cut is if you can validate through the Dean of Students office that you actually filled the leave of absence form. The second way that this is very important is that you may leave the university, and while you are on your way home, God forbid, something happens. You get an accident or you kidnapped. The only way the university gets involved to seek and follow and support your family in dealing with all these other things is if the university is able to say, Teresa left the university on Monday, 21st September 2020 at these hours. So that way then we are able to monitor and follow and support your family in everything that you are doing. So as you consider Kisii University to become your home, you need to consider seriously taking responsibility of your life by, if you're going to be out of the university more than 1 week, ensuring that you fill the leave of absence form from the Dean of Students office. Madam spoke quickly about the diet that we eat and how that affects. Now, a friend, some of the people I like, one of them is Bethany Frankel. He says that your diet is your bank account. The diet, whatever you eat, is a bank account. So good food choices are good investments. What that means is that it is not important just to spend your money on food, but it's important to spend your money on good food, so that what you eat then does not give you a lot of challenges, because you are here to study. If you eat food and then you wake up in the morning and you are having nausea, you are having stomach aches, you will not be able to be in class and you will not be able to achieve your dream. So food choices are very key in this situation. So what is our catering facility? How is the feeding situation in the university? The university has 2 eating spaces. One is called the student mess. The other one is called the staff mess. But there is no restriction for students to eat from the staff mess or the student mess. Of course, there is a restriction for the staff to eat from the student mess, because the student mess is highly subsidized for our students. Some of you have already asked me in the WhatsApp groups, how do we eat when we are in the university? Do we pay it as part of fees? No, you don't pay it as part of fees. That is what we say there. It is pay as you eat. So you will go to the eating space that you want. You will select the food you want. They will tell you the money you pay. They give you a cheat. You go and get your food and enjoy your food. Now, I want to say here that the food is highly subsidized, so do not worry. You will be able to enjoy good, healthy meals. And our staff are very professional, so things work very well. Now, there is a variety, of course, of natural food, as I said. Now, because of the COVID-19 conditions, we might not allow you to be sitting in the eating place, so we may be requiring you to serve and move to either your room or the compound facility and sit comfortably and eat. So that might be a situation, but we are looking at how that is going to affect your life while you are here. Safety is not expensive. It is priceless. Sometimes people assume and say that security is the work of the security team. But I want to tell you that following the circumstances we have seen, with a lot of threats, with terrorism, with a lot of kidnaps happening in universities, with a lot of people coming to harm you, remember, students, that there are people who are bad. As much as there are so many people who are good, including yourselves, there are other people who are bad, and their intention is to harm you. So you need to take a lot of care for yourself. So within the university, we are very well integrated between the university, the community, and the national security agencies. We are so well connected, so well networked, that you will not find a place where you have a challenge and nobody's there to support you. We have a security system from the university that links very well with the Nyumba Kumi initiative in the local community where we are, and then of course links very well with the National Police Service to be able to provide patrols and related issues that control or provide the safe security out there. And that is physical security. But we also have what we call the cyber security, and those probably when the ICT manager will be talking to you will share briefly on what that entails. Now, as part of ensuring that you are safe and secure, we have what we call emergency contacts. We are able to give you contacts that you can easily call if you have a challenge wherever you are. If you are feeling that you are scared in the house where you are, you can call someone and someone will respond as quickly as possible to ensure that you are safe. But having said all this, you must take personal responsibility and keenness. And in this context, we always say, if you see something, if you hear something, you must say something. What that means is, if you see something that is sinister, if you see something that doesn't seem to be good, if you hear something that doesn't seem to be good or doesn't seem to give you the assurance of safety, it is important for you to speak out, share it out so that intervention may be provided. We want to advise you early in advance that when you come around here, you will be required to have an identification document with you all the time. When you arrive, pictures will be taken of you to prepare for you university student identity cards. But for the time being, until those cards are ready, you will be required to have your national ID, but most sincerely, your admission letter must always be as close to you as possible. Should you get outside and people are scared, people report you and say you are a hooligan, the only way we can intervene, the only way the National Police can help you faster is if you produce an identity that says you are a student of the university. Lastly, to ensure that you are safe and secure, never be a loner. This, even as you stay at home, stop the idea of trying to do things alone, trying to be macho, trying to be this great man, this great lady who can move around and do things the way they want. Always try to involve others. It is not becoming, junior or becoming controlled if you told your parent, Mommy, I am leaving and I will be out for the next 10 minutes because I'm going to so-and-so's place. That is not about anybody policing you. It's about you ensuring your own safety. Should anything happen, people know where to follow. People know what to do. People know the contacts to process so as to achieve some knowledge of where you are and what is happening. Now, Madam Dean spoke briefly about all those aspects that you need to meet. I believe that all of us have stories. We have a background, but the background, the story of where we have become, where we have come from, does not shape the story of where we are going. It does impact our choices today, but it should not hold us from achieving that dream, that goal that we have. So our past is good for us to remember, but our past does not curtail us from achieving the future, the tomorrow that we aspire, and fulfilling the today that we are in. And so most of the time, some people will look at us and they are like, okay, you are not important, you are not relevant. Some people will even isolate us. Some people will ignore us. But in Kisii University, we have what we call psychosocial and spiritual support. This morning, the first person who talked to you was our chaplain. The chaplain is specifically concerned to ensure that your spiritual connectedness remains. He coordinates, not just by virtue, as he said, he's a Catholic priest. He does not coordinate you or lead you to become a Catholic. His role here is to ensure that you get spiritual support in all possible ways. He's also here to lead and coordinate religious celebrations. If you want to do a wedding while you are in campus, he will gladly celebrate and officiate in that wedding. And therefore, I kindly want to wish you that since we have a chaplain, if you ever dream of getting someone while you are in campus, please formalize it. Make it formal by going to the chaplain and getting the documents, get the wedding completed, so that everybody knows that Timothy and Jacinta are one, so that from there going forward, nobody interferes with what is your own. So that is the role of the chaplain. But number two, we have what we call professional and peer counselors. These are the people who will journey with us as far as we deal with issues that could cause us dis-ease or duress or stress. They are people who are trained in counseling. And please remember, counseling is not for those who are sick. Counseling is not for those who have problems. Counseling is for all of us to create a balance. The role of counseling is not so that to fix you because you have been drinking, so they fix you. It's not because you have deep problems in relationships, we fix you. The purpose of counseling is to help you gain a balance so that whatever your expectations are and whatever reality is, they are matching for you to be able to succeed in everything you're doing. Now, peer counselors are your fellow students, and even from you, we will be asking you, those of you who will desire to become peer counselors, to volunteer yourself for a training. You will be trained, and then you will help the professional counselors in meeting the needs of your other colleagues while they are in their hostels, while they are in the activities that they do. We are also well taken care of, and the medical officer will be speaking to you very soon, but we take care of sickness and emergency medical attentions. We have a facility, she will speak more about that, but we also have connections with external medical facilities where you can be referred to should your medical condition require referrals. So we are never worried that our students will become sick. Now, I want to say beforehand, even as she will be speaking, the forms you were given on medical health, it is important that a doctor signs them, and please be honest. Some students lie to the medical officer and say they are okay, yet these are students who already have peptic ulcers. These are students who are undergoing a lot of other medical interventions and support. There is nothing shameful in you revealing what your condition is to the medical officer, because he's a professional and he's there to help you. Sometimes our sexual expression, activity, and those related issues like relationships, situationships, and those kind of things, we are able to give support to you. So I know that, for instance, we have a lot of issues now going on our young people feeling that they want to express their sexuality differently. Now, it is important to share that with somebody else so that you do not crush your dreams and ambitions and goals, so that you do not become totally isolated and become a chunk to yourself. So we have around that, we have a unit called AIDS Control Unit. And as the word says, basically that unit helps you to do tests on your HIV status and support you if there is need to. So if in any case, and I want to say this with humility, if in any case any of us is positive because not of our choice, or even if it was our wrong choice, do not feel scared. That unit will support you confidentially, and you will get the required connections. The medical officer already is in charge of that unit, and she's able to link you to support system so that you may get the medications that you require. Now, we have those of us who may want to test alcohol. There are those who have already tested, and there are those who are feeling like it is time for me to go away from mom and dad and be myself, so I can test some ganja, so that I can test some weed, so that I can test the rest. It is important to know that those things can destroy your life, but we have a unit called Alcohol and Drug Abuse Unit. Now, the other unit helps you to understand and see the consequences of drugs and alcohol use. so that you are able to be supported. Now, if you already have a problem with those things, with either alcohol or you've been using a weed, I know I have been told recently in a high school that weed is very key, even in girls' schools. Now, I believe in your school that was not the statement, and so I believe that you are clean of weed and alcohol. But should you be that you have been using, when you come over here, we will help you to stay sober so that you can focus on the dream that you came here for. Another psychosocial support that we offer is bereavement. That is when you lose your relative or when you die. Now, let me begin with you losing a relative. I don't want to believe that any of you is going to die, but we know natural attrition is not something we can stop. Now, if you lose a relative, and in this context, basically your parent, your dad, your mom, your brother, your sister, these are very significant people in your life, and that will affect your coordination and your balance and your peace while you are here. So we have a system under the counseling, under the Dean of Students to support you so that you are able to deal with the emotions, the challenges, and the pain, the grief period that you go through due to the loss. Now, God forbid that any of you loses your life. The university, besides giving counseling to those close friends, the university engages your family, and in some way, as a university, we partner with your family to see to it that you are given a befitting send-off. The details on that will be discussed while you are here. That does not have to be a major concern for us. Madam Dean spoke about games and sports. One, Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky is a player of the American football, the Australian football, and basketball. He said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Now, please remember, all these quotes that I sometimes say are not specifically for where I have placed them. Even in life, if you do not take a chance at what you believe in, you have already lost it 100%. So what he says is very true, that if you do not take the shots that you have an opportunity to take, you have already lost 100%. So yes, you are coming to university. You must allow yourself to engage in sports and games so that you can keep fit, but also you can give your mind some space, some ventilating opportunity so that when you go back to your studies, you are fresh and ready to study. So in the university, we have both recreational and competitive sporting. You can either be here to play games just for leisure so that you can relax your mind and enjoy what you are doing. Or you can become part of the university team so that when we go to the games, you are able to participate and compete on behalf of the university. You pay activity fee. I want to believe that when you come here, you will use that activity fee by also keeping yourself fit through our sports and games. So the university participates in all the leagues that are available. We participate in global leagues that take cognizance of university education. A number of years, we have had our students go to Japan for athletics. We've had our students go to, Russia or something like that. So you are capable of going globally if you can use your talent and tap it well. We also participate in the East African Universities Sports Association. When your team qualifies, the university funds you to go there and represent the university. Last year it was in Uganda, or was it last year? Yes, and we won a lot of trophies from there. Thanks to our students. We believe you will come here and add value to those trophies. We have what we call KUSA. KUSA is the Kenya Universities Sports Association. And this is when we go to what we call the national playoffs, when you meet other universities in the country and play against them. And again, we have a lot of trophies from those games. Then we have WEKUSA. Kisii University is classified under the Western Kenya University Sports Association, which involves universities from Kericho, the larger former Nyanza, and the Western Province, the former Western provinces. So that is where we belong. And therefore, we have competitive sports in this region, and Kisii University engages. In fact, our games tutor is the current treasurer of WEKUSA Sports Association, of WEKUSA, that is the Western Kenya Sports Association. So Kisii University has the opportunity for you to have track, field, and indoor activities, including karate, dancing, and all those kind of things. I saw some of you talk about swimming. As a university, yes, we do not have a swimming pool as of now, but we have wonderful MOUs with beautiful swimming pools around here where our students go and swim. So you will have an opportunity to swim. Do not think that if we do not have, you are kept away. We are well connected with the community for your good. Now, somebody said, no one is so rich as not to need something, and no one is so poor as not to have anything to give. Now, I believe that one of the challenges that we normally face is finances. So what does the university do to support you economically? What we do in the first stance is what the university donates. The university sets aside some money, the university council, that you will be given to support your basic needs. Now, some of us, our pockets are not equal, as we know, and so some of us may not be able to get even money to be able to have meals or to be able to clear their rent in time. Now, so the university has what we call the work study program. The work study program is whereby you as a student are assigned some small responsibility in the university, probably dusting some windows in the library shelves, or in some offices, you dust some windows, or you help clean a room, an office somewhere, and you are given money in return. Now, this money is the university's donation towards helping you get the food that you are unable to get because your parents are not able to get that. The process for that is in your handbook, but again, when you reach, we will be guiding you physically when you are here. The second thing is bursaries. Now, this part of bursaries, our student union, the student leadership, always has an annual bursary. So they, in collaboration with the Dean of Students, allocate some money to students who are in need to clear their fee. The money is not a lot, but however small it is, it does add to your fee. So strictly that bursary goes to your fee. It does not come to your hand. And like the work study money that you are given to yourself, the bursary is paid direct to the university student, university finance, and then your fee balance is credited. Externally, we have certain bursaries that you are accessing. For instance, the CDF, the county bursaries, and any other bursaries that you can get. Now, what does the university do in that context? First of all, the university always endorses your forms while you are doing the application. The Dean of Students is always available to endorse those forms to give you the recommendations that you may require for you to get that bursary that you need. So if you reach to us, we will be able to do that for you. Then the second, when that bursary has been cleared and you have been awarded, the Dean of Students sometimes gets notification from those offices that your check is ready, and some of those checks are picked and taken to the finance for crediting. So again, if you have issues, your bursary has been delayed or you cannot find it, the Dean of Students office can support you to trace that money so that you are able to clear whatever the challenges you have. The third thing on support that we give you around finances is the help loans. I already saw in the chat today somebody asking about help and another one telling them you are lost. No, nobody is lost. We are all at the same page, although some of us are always a few steps ahead. Hata tukianza kuandika pamoja, wengine watakuwa line 16 na wengine wako line 2. So there is no problem. We are still on the same page. Now, as a university, the Dean of Students Office has the role of ensuring or seeing to it that you as a student get what you deserve from help. Sometimes the students on filling the forms create certain mistakes. And when you create that mistake, you cannot be allowed to edit it or to correct it. But the Dean of Students can be able to edit or correct that mistake for you. Again, when help has issues with you, the Dean of Students is able to recommend and discuss with help on the timing for the disbursement of your loan and for the times that they are able to give you money that you deserve. Sometimes because some of you are maybe not clear when you are filling the forms, you are so needy and you deserve to get, for instance, 50,000, but you fill forms in such a way that the matrix used in help only awards you 35,000. So when you share your story with the Dean of Students is able to recommend to help, and help adjusts your allocation to higher, say to 45 or 50, and even sometimes gives you a bursary. So help also does give bursaries, but those are based on recommendations from the Dean of Students. So I believe that these are some of the ways that the Dean of Students helps you financially. Now, lastly, as I said, if you have any particular scholarship you want to apply, or there is any person that you want to support you and they want a recommendation, we are more than ready to support you. We are more than ready to give you that recommendation so that you can get that loan or that scholarship or that bursary to support your education. Overall, why do we do this? We do this because we believe in you. We do this because we know that you have a destiny that you must take control of, that you must be able to celebrate, that you must be able to develop. So we are here for you as an office, we are here for you as a staff and as individuals ready to support and show you the best way possible. Now, I will just say this because I want to close it here. There are so many of you who have already applied for help loan. I want to give this as a communication. Some of you are asking already, where do we take the forms once we have applied? As I said in the WhatsApp groups and the chat we had last time, drop the form at Huduma Center, anywhere in this country where there is a Huduma Center, drop it there, or drop it at the bank account. If you did your form, if your bank account is in KCB, drop it at the branch. If it is in Equity, drop it at the bank. If it is in Cooperative Bank, drop it there. If it's National Bank, do the same. Or you can send it to Anniversary Towers. I advise do not post that form by address, because if you post, it takes too long to reach, and when it reaches, it takes too long for anybody to act on it. So the best is deliver it by hand, send it to a friend to deliver for you, or register it on G4S. If you register it on G4S, for sure, it will be delivered. Now, very important, that form, once everybody who is to sign has signed the form, the 6 pages, page 1 to 6, please make a photocopy of that form. I know when you printed the form, it says have print in 2 copies. There is no need. Just have everybody sign and then print a photocopy that form before you send it. Now, come with the photocopy to campus when you will be required to come. Should we have issues with help that they have lost your form or they have not managed to process your form, I will use the photocopy that you have to make a claim so that help is able to award you the money that you deserve. Now, help is already processing your loans, and I am advised that probably towards end of next month, they will be able to disperse your loans. So those of you who have already applied for help loan and your forms are gone, there is a likelihood that before we see the exam period, your money will already be in the account for you to be able to use to add up for those who have not finished paying your fee. And for those who have finished, maybe to be able to support your parents in paying the next semester or buying those other things that you need. On behalf of myself, on behalf of the entire staff in the Student Affairs Department, Dean of Students section, and on behalf of Kisii University, once more, I wish to say welcome to all of you, and please enjoy your time in Kisii. Meanwhile, be safe, ensure that no one messes your life, even as we wait for your fiscal coming. But be prepared that should it not work soon, then we will continue studying online. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless Kisii University. God bless Kenya. Thank you. Thank you very much. And
yes, thank you, brother. Thank you for the presentation. Despite the small technical challenge that happened later that we have now sorted, and I think everything is all right. Those of you who are seeing us from YouTube, I believe the stream is up and very, very, very steady. So if you are not able to watch us through Zoom, you can follow the conversation on YouTube as well. We have shared the link in your WhatsApp groups. Thank you, brother. Thank you for engaging our first years. Thank you, our first years, for listening with inquisitive questions. We have seen quite a number of questions in the chat room. As you were speaking, some of them going in the lines like hostels za nje tunapika ndani agamba ni nini. You know, there are interesting questions that our first years have. And yes, of course, we're going to engage with you until we answer every single one of those questions. When you are actually here for the physical orientation, it will be very nice and you'll be able to see. So a round of applause for brother, a digital round of applause, and those who are going to clap on physically, please clap for Brother Francis for the good presentation he has given unto us today. At the moment, before we go into the next speaker, I am going to simply play for you a small video again that is going to give you a digital campus tour. Take you around the university campus without you being here. So let's take a look at the video and then we see how our campus looks like. Then we will invite the next speaker to share with us.
Kisii University is a world-class institution of higher learning located in Kisii town in the southwestern part of Kenya. If you haven't joined us here yet, let's give you a digital campus tour so you can be more familiar with this great institution. The main campus stands majestically on a 24-acre piece of land that is calm, serene, and natural to create the best atmosphere that inspires study and research. The administration block is vividly seen as you get inside the university premises. It houses major administrative units responsible for running of the university, including the office of the Vice Chancellor. Over to the second side of campus is Sakagwa Academic Block A. This block houses a majority of departmental offices and a number of lecture theaters. The building also has lecturers' lounges where all students are free to engage with their lecturers in productive consultations and research. The lecturers and professors also engage each other in valuable research and academic partnerships in this premise. Sakagwa Block B is a recently completed academic block, one of the greatest additions to the Kisii University academic fraternity. It exists to supplement the activities going on in its sister Block A as they are located side by side. The science complex is for lovers of science and experiments. In this building, empirical data and factual experiments are the order of the day. All the equipment, material, and knowledge you need to become the next Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, or the famous Galileo Galilei are in the science complex. Engage your facilities, pull your sleeves, and let us produce the next big scientific invention together. Our sports ground is an epicenter of talent and skills. All work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. And we are certainly an institution that produces all-round students. Sports does not end in the outdoors alone, as we have a variety of indoors activities like table tennis, chess, etc. The Chancellor's Pavilion is where you will conclude your 3, 4, 5 or 6 years with us, depending on the program you're doing. In a colorful ceremony filled with love, joy, and celebration, you shall be conferred your certificate and all the rights that pertain within your field of study. Our medical annex will provide you with the best possible medical care during your time with us. Your all-round health is our highest concern and priority. The halls of residence support our students' accommodation needs while with us. The university has invested in these facilities to keep you comfortable and ready for your academic work. At the university, we have also partnered with quite a number of private hostels located around the university to ensure standard services are offered to all our students. Kisii University is not just an institution of higher learning. It is an experience. It is a chapter of your life, and it is a journey you will walk through that will be laser printed in your memory. Libraries in Kenya with a seating capacity of up to 3,500 students. This is the home of research and innovation. Reference materials across all disciplinaries is in plenty here in the main library. Finally, the ICT and Business Center is a crown jewel of our infrastructure. Having been completed recently, it is a digital, innovation, and technological hub that will sail you into the success of your course. It stands to support and engage you in a cool environment with technologically sound equipment and scholarly lecturers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a snap digital campus tour of your university. You will be able to take a look at all these in just a few months. Hopefully, if the country reopens again and you're able to join us physically here, we will be able to take you around that. But the reason why we've decided to share that with you so that you can see what is going on around campus is because the next speaker who is going to speak to us is going to come from the library. Our university librarian is going to guide us on how are we going to benefit from our university library, especially right now that we are at home and we need to be able to, tap into the e-resources of the university library when we are going to start learning our online studies and other matters of the same. So as we are looking towards getting into there, how are we going to tap into that? She's also going to explain to us how we are going to be able to benefit from the university library physically, what it is like, how the operations are like, and how you'll be able to benefit you along the way. So the person who is coming in next is key towards your survival and your academic survival, your academic excellence, and your graduation. I invite Madam Irene Nyakweba, our university librarian, to come in on board next and share with us what she has for our students. Madam Irene, karibu sana.
Asante sana. Well, for our new students, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to Kisii University, more especially the library department where I head. Now, my presentation will be in two parts or sections. I deal with the physical part, and then I go to the virtual library. Well, Kisii University Library is an ultra-modern library with a seating capacity of over 3,500. And it is located in a very serene environment and fitted with the state-of-the-art facilities. We have the smoke detectors in the library. We have the alarm system. We have the firefighting equipment. We have the book detectors, just to mention a few. As you know very well, the library is the heart of an institution. What do I mean by saying that? All your learning will be centered in the library. So what I'm going to emphasize on, make sure you make good use of the library because you have invested so much in the resources that are in the library. Now, the library is divided into various sections, and all sections are in one roof. We have the basement section where the printing press is. We also have the ground floor where we have various services that are offered there. We have the technical section in that place. We have the circulation section where you borrow the books. We have the special research collection, that's where we have the past papers and theses, dissertations. We have the reference section. If you look at the picture that is ahead of you, that is the scenario of the library, that is the interior part of the library. And the library is organized in international standard, guided by the Commission for University Education. We are using Library of Congress classification system to classify our reading materials. That is the physical part of the library. We also have an ICT section in the library where all students can do their research in terms of E. We offer various services at a fee. In the library, we have the photocopying, have the printing services, just to mention a few. That is the physical part of the library. As you can see, that is the circulation section where all the borrowing Okay. Yeah, they had a technical problem, but it has been solved. Now, allow me to continue by talking about the issue of virtual library. Actually, that's the key thing which we are supposed to listen, especially this time of coronavirus. Kisii University Library subscribe to scholarly electronic which is in other words, what the University of Kabianga accesses in the library is what a student of Kisii University will access. What a student of Kabarak will access in terms of e-resources is what a student of Kisii will access. So to be in a position to access these resources, you must be a bona fide student. And click at the library department. When you click at the library department, you will see quite a number of services that are offered in terms of E. You will see OPAC, that is online public access catalog. You will see institutional repository, e-resources, e-books, and off-campus access. So on the side of online access catalog, institutional repository store we have Bookborn, Google Scholars, and quite a number of that. So if you want a book on maybe communication skills, because that is a common unit, you are using a PDF drive, just type PDF drive. It will now take you to search. You'll search the book you want. Let's say if you want communication skills, it will give you a variety of communication skills books. Now from there, you can select on the book you want. In any institutions, we have rules and regulations governing an institution. So in the library, we also have rules and regulation governing the library. So one of the rules which you need to know, an undergraduate student is entitled to 3 books, borrowing at a go. So 2 cards will be issued to you, or you'll be allowed to borrow 2 cards, 2 books for long loan. That will take 2 weeks, that is 14 days. And one card will be used to borrow a book on short loan, which will take a few hours. And then if you go past those number of hours or days, you'll be surcharged at a fee. Books on long loan you'll be charged 10 shillings per day. Books on short loan will be charged 20 shillings per hour. Actually, that is where I normally have issues with students. So you need to be very careful. And if you feel that you need to use the book, just come to the library, renew the book. We'll renew the against the 4 days, you'll be surcharged 50 shillings. Actually, that is where I normally have issues with students in terms of money, but we'll see how we'll juggle so that you don't fall into that level. I want to thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I thank you for everything. What I want you do, wash your hands, sanitize, and stay safe. God bless you.
Thank you, Madam Irene. This is our university librarian who is assisting you be able to know how to run e-learning resources. In the next few days, as we are working towards the completion of this program, you will be able to realize that we will be able to start sending you different links from one of the sites that our university library has that are able to guide you towards accessing e-resources. When the e-learning team will be talking to you in just a few days, they will be able to guide you on some of the tools, online tools that we have that will assist you study from where you are. When you are doing registration, most of you were asking if you will be able to use the library. Yes, you will be able to use the library even from at home. You can be tagged into the university library. You can be tagged into the e-resources of the university. We have got a number of resources in partnership with other universities, even those beyond Africa. As a university, we are in partnership with quite a number of them. And these are going to assist you get different programs that you're going to get. Now, before we call in the next speaker, we are now concluding slowly the first day of orientation. We will take a look at another video, just see people, shows and interviews. They are learning to be journalists. Some of them from computer science. They are trying to run around and know how to edit, know how to program, know how to do different things that pertains to computer science, software engineering, and all that matters. And all these students are able to, when here, engage and use what they have learned in class, be able to assist them out to do practical skills. And when they are looking, they finally graduate and they're out there looking for a job finally, they are able to use those skills to be able to, they can present these videos because they are all over in YouTube, etc. They present these different works and projects that they have done, and these are able to give them a job wherever they are going to ask, because they are practical people with very good skills and visionary thinking. So this is going to be you in the next 1 year as you continue with your studies. This is going to be you in the next few. So keep an eye on what they're doing and see in your own field, what interests can you bring about. So let's take a look at this video and see.
I take Extracurricular Science. My name is Sevia Aluku. I'm a 4th-year Bachelor of Science at Children.
I'm Maratan Hysent, under the School of Pure and Applied Science, Department of Chemistry, undertaking Bachelor of Science in Industrial Chemistry.
I've been nominated to contest for the Hall of Honor Award as the Distinguished Student of the Year. And I've been the founding chairperson of the Migori County Students Association. I've doubled up as the overall chairperson of all county nations within Kisii University. I'm really convinced that I should win this award because, first of all, the nominee was not myself. It is somebody who believed for the service that I have offered to them. So I will really appreciate if I win the award.
I have served as the vice chairperson of PASA and also as the secretary of the school clubs and associations summit. I'm hereby glad that I have been nominated as a finalist in the Halls of Honor Award, and
Thank you. I believe you've watched that. Brother Francis, I want to invite you again to briefly come in an interlude as we prepare the next speaker to come in, who I want to believe is the last speaker of the day. And then we shall wrap up the day and see how we will meet tomorrow. Brother. Brother Francis, I don't know if you're with us. Okay, as brother prepares, I'm going to play another video as an interlude.
Ladies and gentlemen, I noticed that most of you are indicating that the video audio is not okay. So I think as we work on that, we will proceed. We are hearing you. We are hearing your concerns. We are seeing, of course, some of the challenges that you are raising on the chat, and we are conscious of them. We will try to consider seriously how to proceed forward. And yes, I agree with your suggestion that the career session is very important because then that will drive how you make your inter-school changes and the rest. And most of you are crying about bundles. Yes, we are seeing that. We will therefore readjust our schedule, and we are going to have to request that probably we will respond to that in a moment. But for now, we will try to usher in very briefly, as we said, medical issues and especially public health issues are a major concern, especially now, even as you are in the village. To deal with the COVID-19 circumstances, the COVID-19 situation, you need to be able to appreciate what not only the government is saying, but most importantly, what your life needs to be on. So at this time, we will be inviting our medical officer to take us through the process on medical services and the intervention. Working very hard to ensure that we are safe. As a university, students play a very major aspect, and therefore, if you are not safe, your academic dream is destroyed, is shattered. And as I said also, Dr. Nyanga, being the medical officer, is also in charge of the AIDS control unit. Therefore, some of those issues that we were talking about, she might be able to add on them, but also give you some advice on how you work during this COVID-19 period. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to just, as we consult, I want us to welcome Dr. Chaplain Nyanga to take us through the medical and clinical intervention service within the university, and especially during this COVID-19.
I think she's trying to unmute herself. Yes, Daktari, I think you're fine.
Yeah, good afternoon. So thank you very much. I believe Edgar, you'll be sharing my slides shortly. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great honor to meet you for the very first time.
Daktari, we need to work on your audio for a minute. Yes, go now.
I think it's fine.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
We thank God for such a great opportunity. I'm quite excited to meet all of you. Karibuni Kisii University. My name is Dr. Jacqueline Nyanga. I'm the medical officer of the institution. I represent the public health department, the clinical department, AIDS control unit, alcohol and drug abuse, rehabilitation and recovery, and an aspect of disability mainstreaming within the institution. We are very privileged to have you. And it is unfortunate that we're living in the new norm where we have to meet online because of the whole directives and working from home and social distancing. But nevertheless, we cannot put our lives on hold for months. We need to move on and move on to technology and where the world has led us to. Nevertheless, I'd want to talk about what we do at the department, and finally, as I finish up, we'll talk about how you keep safe, even as you're at home and even when you come for your first physical interaction or face-to-face interaction. It's going to be a great journey with you guys for 4 to 6 years, and we look forward to meeting all of you. But nevertheless, before I start, one thing is afya yako ni jukumu lako. We will do the part as professionals, but you need to take care of yourself. More so now that you are finishing childhood and adolescence and teenagehood, you're becoming adults. You need to really take care of yourself to prevent unnecessary diseases. And when they come, please seek medical advice at any point, whether you're here or at home. So I'll start off. So our department is divided into sections. So as you walk in, you will meet the medical records where we keep your records. And then from there on, you'll meet the clinician. The clinician will take your temperature, your vital signs, and they listen to your complaints. And from there on, you'll be prescribed either to go to the laboratory for tests or pharmacy for medication. We also have public health services who are in charge of issues of vector controls, issues of spraying your rooms, issues of ensuring the food you're eating is safe within the university premises. That's also housed under our department. We also have the nursing services where we will get your injections, anything to do with wound cleaning and dressing. To you who will decide to increase the world's population while in campus, we also offer antenatal health services. We also have, offer clinics for children who are born within your stay in the 4 years. We understand you're adults. However, that is not your main core business, but understanding the age you people are in, we offer these services and you're always welcome. We also have HIV testing and services, and we also offer support for people on antiretroviral medications through support. And this year we are going to launch our patient support center, and we'll be able to supply the medications at the facility. And finally, we also have the alcohol and drug abuse recovery services and also gender-based violence recovery services, all in the guise of clinical services. Next slide, please. Thank you. Now, what do you need for you to access our services? All of us have paid our medical fee in our fee, and but for identification purposes, we need you to please fill in your KSU 7 and 8 forms. They're important for legal purposes and for us to understand who you are and how you come into the university. Some of us were born with congenital anomalies or have issues like diabetes, hypertension, epilepsy. We need to have that information with us. So because of legal basis and statutory requirements, before you access the services as a student, even as a staff, we require you to bring us a duly filled medical report form. And we noticed, you remember there was a bit of a slug in the clearance of medical records because most of you did not have this form filled. You concentrated on paying fee and your KCSE certificate, but remember, you need to be healthy for you to function as a student and to graduate with a degree. So please, between now and the time we are meeting for physical learning in campus, make sure you fill in your KSU 7 forms. I think there was an email sent to this effect. Download it and take it to a medical officer that is in a level 4 hospital, or 5 or 6. Level 4 hospitals are what we call the sub-county hospitals. Level 5 are the county hospitals. Level 6 are the national hospitals. Kenyatta, Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, and now Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital. Please make sure this is signed and stamped. This is important for you to know, are you coming to us healthy? So they'll test a few things, your blood pressure, your sugars, your eyesight, and rule out any other disease. And on that form, you will be required to tell us whether you have hypertension, diabetes, any history of being admitted, so that we know when you come in. Also remember to give us a form of your where you come from, so that in case of anything, we're able to trace your relatives, and also a form for what we call the consent form. For you, remember you can faint and we might need to do any procedure on you, and you're not able to consent. So we need that form beforehand. So remember, without that, I'm sorry, we will not be able to treat you at the facility. So do it when you're okay and healthy. The next requirement we'll need is an identification. Remember, you're many, and you have even the continuing students. We need to know who you are. So if you don't have your student ID, you can come with your letter of admission together with your national ID, or a form from the what we call the Deans of Hospice, identifying you formally. Edgar, I've lost my screen. As we're continuing, now, what do we cover? We cover all services of basic ailments, and we cover them within the constraint of what we call a level 2 and level 3 hospital. So we don't do major surgeries, but we are able to see a medical officer, who is me, and the clinical officers. We work 24 hours a day, but we have different sections within the department. The medical center works in the from 8 to 6 p.m. every day of the week, regardless of whether we are closed or open the session. And the annex center, which is the nursing center where we have observation and a small ward, works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So in the evenings, please go to annex so that you don't get confused. The medical center will be locked. Our clinics for family planning, because this is key in your age group, but I advise on abstinence. But in the event you cannot abstain, please, if you want a contraceptive of any choice, come to the clinics between 8 and 12 a.m. noon every weekday. And for any other issues of public health, HIV testing, alcohol and drugs, they'll be there or every weekday from 8 to 5 p.m. Next slide, please. So if you're going to be diagnosed with something that needs an admission outside the university premises, because legally we are only allowed to keep you for under 24 hours for observation. If you need to be admitted overnight, you will be referred to any hospital within the town, which is Kisii town, at your own cost. So you need to liaise with your parents. And I would advise at this point, if you are under 24 and your parent is subscribed to NHIF, that they give you a copy of their NHIF card, so that in case you need hospitalization, we are able to have you hospitalized and you don't incur the costs. For any specialized outpatient care, for example, your teeth need to be filled, a root canal, extraction, your bones are broken, or you have a skin disease, your parents will have to cover the costs after we refer you from from the medical center. However, in selected cases, if it's an emergency, the university will allow you to incur costs, and once you bring the receipts back, we'll compensate a bit of it. But remember to keep the receipts and make sure you consult with us at all points. But if you wake up from your room in the morning and you go to a hospital X out there and bring back the receipts, we will not be able to compensate you. We have to be the ones to refer you because of audit issues. Next, please. Now, what doesn't the university cover? If you're admitted to another hospital, we do not cover that. No institution in Kenya actually does. That is a prerogative of you and your guardians, and that's why I advise on NHIF. Specialized care, for example, care for cancer, care for chronic ailments like epilepsy, CT scans, MRIs will be covered at your own cost. For all of us who will be expectant while in session, the antenatal care profile will be covered by you. the parent, because the university cover does not cover pregnancy and labor and such maternity charges. But we do offer the services at our facility at a subsidized rate, and the rest will be covered by the government through free vaccines and what have you. While a student is sick while at home, like where you are in your specific facility or home, that will be at the cost of your parents. However, if you're around Kisii and you're unwell, you're free, because if you've paid fee to come and be treated at our facility here. But if you are maybe in Mombasa or Nairobi, we do not cover that. Next. Now, if a patient or a student is admitted without a referral outside the university, for example, you're supposed to have a CAT, an exam, a quiz, and you felt sick the previous night and were taken directly to hospital and you missed the CAT, it is your prerogative to always inform the dean of student or the medical officer that you are unwell and you're not able to attend your classes or even your online classes or your CAT. We will then write to your respective dean and the dean of students, and it's kept in your records, so that if you missed an exam, we're able to give you an exemption or even a class. Remember, there's the 80% rule that you need to attend 80% classes for full coverage of the syllabus and the course. So please don't take this for granted, because this is a major challenge we have with students. You miss classes, maybe you have gone to even give birth for 3 days, you miss an exam, then when it comes to the year of graduating, you get stranded and you start telling us you are unwell and what have you. Immediately you are unwell, be a good comrade and tell your colleagues, your faculty rep, your department rep, your friend to inform us. You don't have to come physically. You should inform us. If you are unwell during the session and you have been admitted to hospital and you went home for treatment, it's the duty of you and your guardian and parent to bring us a copy of your discharge summary, because number one, it helps us with our paperwork. Number two, it helps us to know the condition you're suffering from. And in case you get any complications while in session, we have a record of your activities. One thing I always tell people, especially in your age group, that normally we do not fall sick in our younger years. We're also in campus, and those were among the healthiest years of our lives, maybe a small flu here and there. However, you are not immune to disease. So it's all up to you how you live your lifestyle. If you come here, Kisii is a very wonderful town in terms of the nightlife and could you enjoy and what have you. If you come here and get overwhelmed, then that's it. HIV, AIDS, and sexually transmitted infections, we are number 5 in the county after Homa Bay, Siaya, and Kisumu. Actually, we're number 4. So you come here, you have come from maybe a small county or town where you've not been exposed to these things. You will come here and you get overwhelmed. We can tell you stories from today up to tomorrow of how we have seen young people losing course and their focus here. So please, for me, we are not telling you that, oh, stop doing this, don't interact. Just be wise. Remember, you're coming here for an education so that you're able, even you one day, to impact a society where you are. So that when you come here, we don't want you to start treating you for gonorrhea and syphilis and all the other funny things that we can prevent. So please take care of yourself. And anytime you're unwell, if you wake up in the morning and you have a headache, remember the services are free. You have paid for them. Walk to the medical center with your ID and get treated. Don't go after a class, leave and go to the library, then go to your house. Then in the night you start falling sick. We start being called at night to carry you na blanketi like a villager. Please don't do that. Seek medical advice and make sure you take your medications, because we don't want a scenario where we are calling your parents in the middle of the night because you are unwell. So take advantage of what is there, but remember to always exercise. I know some of us are very sedentary. Since morning, we have not even walked, even to chapa lap here up and there. Please take care of yourself. This body needs to serve you for the next 30 to 40 years before you retire and before we become grandparents. So please take care of yourself. Now, matters COVID-19, the new norm. As an institution, we have been given the green light to proceed in reaccommodating the students once you're back, because we met the directives. The PS of Education, Higher Education, was here a few months ago and found the situation conducive for learning once we resume. And we continue following the directives as it is. Remember, coronavirus has been in existence for the longest time possible, and it has had outbreaks. But however, this particular outbreak, the last time it was seen was about in the early 1900s, and it takes about 3 years to be controlled. So we cannot stop everything. I can see some of us complaining about bundles and what have you. So do we stop university education for 3 years as we wait for corona to go away? No, we learn to live with it. And how we live with it is the directives that we've been given. It belongs to a family of very many flus. Some of them come and go without us knowing. However, in the last 10 years, we've had its sister called the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, which was actually found among the camels and specific cats within Dubai region, but it was controlled before it spread to the other countries. Now we have this one which we call corona, and it has the severe acute respiratory syndrome. Why I'm emphasizing on this is because you need to know, most of us say corona ni homa tu. Yes, it is a flu, just like any other flu. However, it forms what we call severe acute respiratory syndrome. So it is severe in terms of it's a deadly disease that can lead to death, and it's a serious disease. That's severe. Acute, it occurs in a period of less than 2 weeks. And finally, respiratory, it affects the respiratory centers, and then syndrome, it means it's a collection of diseases. So it affects more than one system. It can affect your brain, it can affect your kidneys, it can affect your GIT system, your digestion, leading to diarrhea and all of you. So basically the disease presents in a specific way. Some people will cough, some people have fever, some people have a running stomach, some people will vomit. So it is variable. Now, in human beings, it is known to cause mild disease, apart from the cases that become severe. As we speak, 30 million people have been diagnosed with it. We've had almost 1 million deaths. In Kenya, we have had 36,000 confirmed cases with about 700 deaths. Globally, the curve is peaking. As you can see, please make Google your friend. In Kenya, the curve is going down, but we don't know, because once we reopen the country and we stop wearing masks, what will actually happen? Will it continue peaking the way the global one is? So it's up to us to make sure we have the precautions. So the next slide will show us what measures we are observing in Kisii University as we speak. Now, remember, it's transmitted through coughing and sneezing. For you, when you touch and shake hands, that's why we're saying physical contact, and even touching contaminated objects. So it's very important that every 2 to 3 hours you sanitize or wash your hands, because you touch things like pens, you touch paper, and sometimes, like in paper, the virus is known to stay for up to 2 to 3 days. In plastic, it stays for at least 24 hours. So the best thing is just to wash your hands and to avoid touching your eyes, your nose, and your mouth, because that's the area of transmission. Next slide, please. Now, when you walk into our entrance or gate, the first thing will be a temperature check. I expect all of you, when you come, you will cooperate with the personnel who do this. So you get your temperature checked. Any temperature that is above 37.2 to 38 is an alert case, and you'll be sent straight to the health facility for more screening, because that is fever. We have hand washing and sanitation points all over the compound, starting at the entrance centers and even to the major buildings. Then we also have disease surveillance and control. So we'll keep screening people randomly, and in the event we detect a case of coronavirus, we'll be able to follow up all the contacts and where you come from and try to salvage the situation. We have an isolated four-bed capacity room, which is set aside in the hospital away from the rest of the patients, where we keep the patients who have fever and symptoms of COVID until we are able to get your test results back. Remember, the test results in Kenya right now take an average of 2 to 3 days. So in the event that you are not able to go back to your room and self-isolate, we will isolate you. We're not calling it isolation, we are calling it a fever room. Then we have screening and leakages. We are working with Cambridge. for the tests when it's done within town. So the sample will be collected, and within 3 days we'll be able to find the results and advise accordingly. Then we'll follow up all confirmed cases. Whether you're in session or not, please do not hesitate. If you're positive for coronavirus, please, I'll give you my number at the end of this session. Just SMS me, WhatsApp me, and tell me, Daktari, this is what is happening. And even any other condition, do not suffer in silence, because eventually you are our main resource as the student. We are here to serve you. Next slide, please. What is your role in the fight against corona? Number one, we've done our part, but remember, you're the one to wear a face mask at all times that covers your mouth and nose. I'll demonstrate with mine. This is the mask. Please make sure it is covering you fully and completely, not the chin, not sijui mkono yangu imekatika, or any other place. Make sure the mask is covering your mouth and nose and up to the chin. A properly fitting mask. So you can either wear the surgical mask or you can wear the cloth mask, as long as the cloth mask is double layered or made of cotton material for filtration purposes. Make sure you observe social and physical distance of 2 meters all around you at any given time, so that you're able to keep yourself safe. Then make sure you wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water, and please go through social media for all those steps of washing your hands, not just kuweka maji na kumaliza haraka haraka. You're supposed to wash your hands very well and make sure all aspects are covered. Even have a sanitizer available, a small bottle in your pocket for sanitation, even if you're in the library or in the class. But however, in the university, there'll be sanitation points which will have sanitizers at any point. Take advantage of it. It is not decoration, it's for your own good. Remember to disinfect surfaces at all times. Now, this one applies to you in your room. Remember, corona is just not in the institution. Corona is everywhere. We don't know where corona is. So in your own room, make sure you clean your doorknobs with soap and water or sanitizer. You wipe your surfaces, even your desk. Just don't sit down and start using a place. Make sure you always clean and dust your place every day. Remember to shower from head to toe, especially for people with short hair, all the males, and even the ladies. Make sure you at least undo your hair every frequently, because we have seen cases of corona hiding in hair. So just try to keep as sanitary as possible. After a long day, these clothes you've been wearing out here, especially if you left your home, make sure you remove them and you soak them in water, or make sure they're clean before you start sitting on your sofa set and touching your remote or your phone or whatever it is, including these devices we are using, our phones and laptops. Remember to always clean them with a disinfectant wipe. Just make sure you don't touch the electronic parts, like where we connect the charger and your speakers and your earphones, so that you don't affect. But just the main key thing with coronavirus and any other flu, including the common flu, is hygiene and keeping warm and avoiding being around someone with a cough, which is you suspect, or a confirmed case. Same thing applies to TB and all other respiratory transmitted diseases. Now, remember, cleanliness is next to godliness. Cleanliness is what will save you from corona. Make sure you keep clean. After you've used the mask and you need to dispose it, don't throw it away in the dustbins. There'll be yellow and red dustbins all over the university premises, which are pedal. You just unakanyaga and then it opens, and then you dispose your mask. Please don't walk around with a dirty mask, because you're exposing yourself to more danger. And remember, in case you fall ill, stay at home or go to hospital. Don't walk around and you're feeling unwell in this day and age of corona without knowing what you have. Some of us, we have walked around for days with corona symptoms, and we just assume it's a headache or a cough. And by the time you're diagnosing, you have exposed so many people to a lot of danger. In the event you wake up and you feel you're not yourself, stay home until you're able to seek medical advice. And from there on, we'll advise accordingly. Next slide. If you are suspected to have coronavirus, you will not be allowed into the university premises apart from coming to the hospital. You will be asked to wear your mask at all times. You're supposed to contact the healthcare provider. You call us before you come so that we prepare the fever room for you. You stay home, especially unless we call you for medication. Regularly keep washing your hands. Avoid sharing personal household with people. Please, for us who are going to have roommates and house and such things, please don't share cups. Can everybody have their own utensil? And then if guests come and you serve them maybe juice or something, please wash thoroughly. Soap is very efficient against the coronavirus. So wash and rinse. Avoid sharing utensils. Because it contributes to the spread of the diseases. If you feel you are suspected to have corona, please do not visit any public places. That includes lecture halls or classes. Let us be able to handle your paperwork. You'll stop, if you're going to continue with learning, you'll go online and you continue with the e-resources. Avoid public places like the labs and the library and even classrooms. Then avoid by all means public transport. Please don't use a boda boda. If you're strong enough, please walk to hospital because you'll be exposing the rider to corona if you're having especially a cough. Then clean and disinfect all commonly touched surfaces if you have roommates, and then separate yourself from all other people. That's not the time, please, ladies and gentlemen. If someone is unwell in this day and age, even if right now you're at home, please don't be in a rush to go visit them. Sasa because Madam Irene, the librarian, is my friend and I'm her friend, then she hears me, I'm unwell, I'm having a cough and headache and fever, I've tested for corona, I'm waiting for the results, then she comes to comfort me and to bring me soup and to cook for me uji. You're exposing yourself to a lot. This is the new norm. If you have friendship, just do a video call. Ishi hapo. Don't stop going to people's homes if you can avoid it. Kila mtu akae kwake. Then finally, you monitor the symptoms. In the event you get any symptoms like that, they are worsening within 48 hours of medication, or you feel you're having difficulties in breathing, or your fever has ensued, or you're vomiting, so you're not able to take the drugs we've given you, please come back to hospital as soon as possible. This is also applicable to you at home right now. If you have any of those symptoms that you feel suspect, please seek medical advice and seek our advice through, even if it's through the phone. Next slide. Now, if you're a foreign nationality or someone who has traveled from another country, before you're allowed into the university premises, you need to have a negative corona test, which is testing your DNA, the DNA for corona through your samples within the 4 hours to you coming to the university. This is applicable because we usually have students from outside Kenya who seek our services in terms of education and the courses we offer. So please know this beforehand. This is not a rule from Kisii University. This is something that was set by the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Transport as per 1st of August this year. And until this rule changed, there's nothing that we can do about it. So you will come to us, the medical department. It's right at the gate of the main gate of the university. So you just ask for directions. Don't go to any office, the dean's office or administration or admissions. Go straight to the hospital, present your results. We will evaluate you. We will take you through the temperature checks and the COVID screening. Once we give you clearance, you can now move to the other departments. This is applicable to someone who is from a different country because our protocols are not the same. Our protocols for Uganda, for Tanzania, from the US are not the same as for us here in Kenya. So we need to follow the rules. Remember, all these rules might seem so hard and difficult, but it's for our own protection, so that I'm able to protect myself and I'm able to protect you from me in case I have the virus. So remember to adhere to all the university safety measures as stipulated in your rule book or handbook as students, and everything will be okay. So as I said, in a nutshell, our department covers everything to do with your physical health in terms of illness and disease, alcohol and drug abuse, and we are available. We work for 24 hours. I'm usually found online most of the time. I want to imagine I'm digital. I'll give you my number. My number is 0718 42 85 80. 0718 42 85 80. Please save this as Dr. Jacqueline Nyanga. Yes, thank you very much. And then please, the best thing, if it's not an emergency, please WhatsApp me I think it's easier for all of us. I'll send a test so that we're able to have a chat together. But in case you feel the need, you don't have airtime and you have something pressing to tell me, please just text me. I'll look for time and I'll get back to you. Sawa sawa. Yes. And like you, mimi sina shida ya bundles. It's the good thing about being a grown-up and finishing university successfully. But I'm here for you. So make sure you just text me and we're able to communicate. However, if I give you instructions, for example, go to hospital, if you don't adhere to that, itakuwa ni shida kukusaidia. So let's meet halfway so that we maintain a healthy nation. So once again, karibuni sana Kisii University. I look forward to meeting all of you physically within here. Siwaombei mkuwa wagonjwa so that you come to the hospital, but I hope we'll meet in other avenues. Thank you.
Thank you, Daktari. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you for engaging with our first years. The beauty with this kind of presentation is that even those who have missed will be able to follow up what you said because it's recorded on YouTube, and we'll also send the recording to them later on in the course of the day as they continue. So, tunashukuru sana. We will try and troll the chat session if there is questions that are coming to you, and then transmit that to you in an email. Then we can give feedback tomorrow, because we've been long overdue here since morning. I know even our first years are getting tired and they want to go and have lunch. So tunashukuru sana. Thank you. A round of applause for Daktari tafadhali. Those who are going to clap digitally, clap digitally. Those who are going to clap physically the way I'm doing, you can clap physically the way I'm doing. Lakini tunashukuru sana Doc. Brother Francis, karibu sana. Brother Francis, if you can hear me, I want to give this back to you so that you can conclude today's first day's session, and then you go ahead and close it with what is going to come in starting tomorrow. Brother Francis, are you with me? Okay, I'm trying to unmute you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. We are on. Thank you very much, Edgar. Thanks, Daktari. Thanks, Madam Dean. Thanks, everyone who has presented today. Thank you, our dear students, for this first session. I have taken 3 questions on the chat. These are just the basic same questions that have been repeated back and forth. I have also been given by my other team same questions. The questions that you're raising are: 1, when is interfaculty transfer? Now, that is an important question, and that tells me that people want to change their courses because they feel the course they were called for is probably not what they want. Please, let me just say this. Don't change a course just because your parents have asked you to. But now, tomorrow, because of the circumstances of today, we have deferred, by your request, we have deferred the talk or the sharing from the career services coordinator from now to tomorrow 9:30 a.m. So tomorrow 9:30 a.m. we will begin with the career services coordinator talking to us about what is it that you need to consider in developing your career, and especially on the courses that you've been admitted to. The second question that you guys are asking is, when will the interfaculty transfers begin? Those interfaculty transfers will begin after we finish the orientation program. And the orientation program ends with an address from the Vice Chancellor. The Vice Chancellor of the university will be able to address you on Friday. And once he finishes his address, we will then formally say he is the one to declare you. It is called matriculation. So he will declare you students of Kisii University, and then you will begin to enjoy everything that a student of Kisii University enjoys. So the interfaculty transfers will begin next week, probably. After the registrar and the deans of your schools will be talking to you tomorrow. We will break you into sessions where you will speak to the deans directly about the courses that you want to change to and the ones that you've been called to. Then from there, we will be able to do the interfaculty. Here we call them inter-school transfers. But there can also be what we call intra-school, but all that will be explained tomorrow by the Registrar Academic Affairs. So please, tomorrow is very key from 9:30 please try and log in from 9 so that by 9:30 you are not left out. And if you are not able to join, remember the Zoom can take 1,000 people. If you are not able to join, kindly go to YouTube Live or Facebook and follow what is being discussed. And I am proud, especially for those guys who are sitting together, like Felix Sishoka with your colleagues, like Real Me C11 with your colleagues there. That is a wonderful thing already, collaborating. Oh, nimeona mmoja ni your younger brother anakuwa excited kukuja university. Yeah? That is good. So that is what is going to happen. So please don't worry about interfaculty transfers. Just concentrate on the orientation. You will get the guidelines and then it will be done. The second question that is coming from my other team on the ground who are following your charts is approvals. Some of you are saying your approvals are still pending during the registration exercise. Yes, a number of things, especially finance, they just began their approvals late yesterday. So that process is still ongoing, as I told you. So don't worry. What is key for you is look if there is a comment. If there is no comment, like from the officer saying not cleared because, then it means you are okay. It just means that among the numbers that have been handled, yours is yet to be handled. So just stay calm, that approval will be done. And yes, it will be done before the interfaculty transfers, because again, interfaculty will be done on this same platform, online. So there is nothing to worry about. Now, there are some of you who are saying you did post some things during the registration and you submitted, then you realize that you missed something. And then when you realized you missed something, you went back to try and upload it. Now, the only thing you do once you have submitted once, you can't resubmit. So what you do is when you attach that document, you click save. If you save, because that system is on crowd, the system just adjusts or reloads or replenishes, whichever you want to say, and everything comes to the system in time. So you don't have to worry that I did not submit again. Once you attach, just save and it works that way. So nothing to worry about, nothing to pain you. Then the other question that has come up here is, how do we get accommodation in the university? The hostels we will give you notice. Once we declare when you are coming to university physically, we will give you links on how you get online and book your hostels, so that you will book from home, and then we will tell you whether you have qualified or you have not. So for now, we cannot allow you to register for hostel or for accommodation because we don't know when you are coming. If you do that, we will be unfair to those who will want the same advantage. So we will be giving each and everyone equal advantage. So for now, if you had written already an application, if you had already sent some communication, please take note that when we declare when the university is opening, we will give you a new link for applying for those hostels within the university. I see also there is a continuous question, what about bundles? Yes, the university has an arrangement where you will get subsidized bundles by buying a particular amount, and then they give you double that size, but that is not yet, because we have not cleared your registration and everything. Once that is done completely, the ICT manager will tell you everything is ready, then we will import your data, and then the service provider will be able to give you subsidized bundles, so that when you pay maybe, I don't know, 500 or so, you get 10 GB of bundles. Okay, so for now, for the orientation exercise, the university is not giving you subsidized bundles because the university does not have that arrangement. Unfortunately, therefore, we all have to use our bundles. Those who are near Kisii and you feel kuna wenye mnasema mnataka kutumia wifi ya university, it's okay, you are welcome. Karibu kwa university, kwa grounds, pita hapo, but then ukiingia utaulizwa wewe ni nani, unafaa kuingia kwa university because kuna corona, so people are trying to control the entry and everything. But if that happens, you are free to come, and yes, come and let's consult and let's help each other. I think for all the questions I was given, those are all. Somebody's asking me, what about lunch break? Yes, we are now going for lunch break, and we will not come back. So this is a lunch break, come supper break, come good night. Then we will come back tomorrow at 9:30 so that we can be able to proceed with the rest. So what is going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow morning, we have a very tight program, but very, very important. Don't miss tomorrow. And if you have to borrow some more money and buy those bundles, please do. The first thing will be, as I've said, sharing from the career services coordinator, who will guide us on those areas of career and courses in the university. Madam Rhoda Auni, she was ready to present today, but because of your requests, we have asked her to defer. She's somewhere in this meeting. Ako mahali tu, one of you. Hapo ukiangalia unaona Rhoda Auni, that is the one. Then after that is done, we shall proceed to the ICT manager, who will guide us exactly what does it take for you to do everything we are talking about, because everything looks to be online, but not only online, even when you come to campus, there will be a lot of processes, including these approvals of your registration and what else you require to do online. After the ICT manager has spoken, we will bring in the Registrar Academic Affairs. The Registrar Academic Affairs will talk to you about the interfaculty transfers. The registrar will talk to you about deferment. The registrar will talk to you about the registration, the other requirements that are missing or whatever it is. So he will handle that. Dr. Kerongo, who signed your documents, will be here. And then after that, we will have the Deputy Vice Chancellor. Okay, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, number 2 from the top. Because at the top there's the Vice Chancellor, then number 2 is the Deputy Vice Chancellor. The Deputy Vice Chancellor will be speaking to us on academic conduct. Professor Wanyama Frederick. After Wanyama Frederick finishes, we will have the deans introduced to you. And then tomorrow, we will do what we call breakout session. So we will send you to your school. If you are here to do biochemistry, you belong to SPAS. So we will send you to SPAS so that you can talk to your dean. If you are here to do criminology, we'll send you to SAS. If you are here for education, just like you are in the WhatsApp groups. So you will go there and listen to those professional guidelines on the courses you've been admitted for. It's important to listen to that as you prepare or you desire to change your courses. After that, after the breakout sessions, we will break for tomorrow and prepare for Wednesday. So then we will give you, tomorrow again, we'll give you the program on how Wednesday will go. In normal circumstances, if you were in Kisii, the orientation exercise would be happening from 8 to 5 p.m. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But you realize we cannot do that. So trust me, we are cutting a lot of information in what we are giving you. And that is why we really need you guys to move and do whatever is possible to be done. Now, having said all this, I think I see what I might say is we will allow those who want to break, but those who have personalized concerns, we may stay along slightly for a few minutes, myself and Edgar, so that we can see whether there is anything we can give you as help in matters of any particular issues you may have. But we will close, and I want to ask Millicent Owol. Millicent Owol, please, I want to ask that you will be unmuted, utuombee. Si unakumbuka tuliomba tukianza, Father alituombea. So Millicent Owol, unaweza kuji-unmute ama paka unmute Edgar, if you can unmute Millicent, if you see where she is.
I can see Millicent. I am trying to ask her to unmute. She can do it now.
Yes, Millicent, unmute yourself, please, and then pray for us.
Hello.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let's believe and pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you for this wonderful day, my God. We thank you for enabling us to have an online orientation for today, my Father. I thank you for protecting us and also always being there for us during this pandemic. I pray that as we continue this orientation up to Wednesday, you will be with us, my God. I pray for protection against everyone here. And above all, be our protector and guide. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, I pray, believing and trusting. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen, Millicent. So at this time, guys, you are free. You can leave at your leisure, but Edgar is going to play something small. Then those who want to stay along for a few more minutes to ask personalized questions, we will be here.
Yes.
We love you so much. Those who are going, bye.
Bye-bye with those who are going. I'm going to play one last thing to end us our session today, and then we meet tomorrow. Remember, joining is the same link that we joined it today. We will use the same link. I think I'll repost that information in your WhatsApp groups. But for now, enjoy this short video as we
Hello, I'm Mutua. I'm for the second semester in the School of Applied Sciences. I take Extracurricular Science. My name is Ezekiel Mutua. I'm a fourth-year Bachelor of Science at Children.
I'm Maratan Hyacinth, under the School of Pure and Applied Science, Department of Chemistry, undertaking Bachelor of Science in Industrial Chemistry.
I've been nominated to contest for the Hall of Honor Awards as the Distinguished Student of the Year. And the reason why I think I deserve to win this post is that I have some diverse leadership capacities. I have been the founding chairperson of Migori County Students Association. I've doubled up as the overall chairperson of all county nations with Kisii University. I'm really convinced that I should win this award because, first of all, the nominee was not myself. It is somebody who believes for the service that I have offered to them. So I will really appreciate if I win the award.
I have served as the vice chairperson of PASA and also as the secretary of the school clubs and associations summit. I'm hereby glad that I have been nominated as a finalist in the Halls of Honor Award, and
Okay. Now, those who are here and you might have personal issues, please, you're welcome. Victor Sunday, is it a question or a comment, or were you just testing your hand?
His name is Phil, Bet Felix. So my name is Phil, Bet Felix, and I'm nominated for Distinguished Student Artist of the Year.
My name is Ezekiel Mutua, also known as the Poetic Stew.
My name is Jerry I should win this because I'm a love of music. I mean, there's a big difference. I think there's a very big difference between live music and the music that is played.
We
put a lot of effort in ensuring that we learn the craft and we actually.
You are not supposed to be using that image.
I deserve to win because apart from really trying and sacrificing a lot to hit the studio to look for shows kujaribu unatafuta show kama zile to spread jina wasewa kujua. I have also been sacrificing for the school, like when they have events we tunawafanyia show and we don't ask for payment because we understand they are nurturing our talent.
I think I should win because over the 4 years that I have been in this school, I think I have put in a lot of work. making sure that art